As we start with a laugh. Before we get into this interview by any means, you know how YouTube goes. We have to refresh and do the delay. So give me a minute. Bear with me. There we go. See? Because it's always on like some kind of a delay. Welcome, everybody. How the hell are you doing? Welcome back to another episode of my ever-famous interview session series. We call it Opening the Door. I really do believe it's about time to just change it to the hot seat because that's what it is. What do you think?
You've called it the hot seat in the past, haven't you?
No, it's pretty much just been opening the door. That was actually, I got the idea from, people when I talk to them about in the green screen and stuff, they're, you're kind of intimidated. They don't know what to expect. And I said, I kind of got that idea from Steve Austin because that was his thing. And I said, this is the Broken Skull sessions. And I was just called mine the Open the Door interview session. And literally, I always say, this person's in the hot seat. This person's in the hot seat. I think it's about time to change it. I'll just have to leave it up to anybody who wants to do one of them polls. One of you guys educate me, since I'm the dumb one of the community and doesn't know how to do technological shit. Let me know how to do that, and we'll see if we're going to keep the name or change it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to Opening the Door. We're up to episode 36. Today I've got it's pretty much I'm not a big content creator like I used to be. You get older, life happens, things happen. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Today I've got a good guest for you guys. And, well, I guess we can kind of let the cat out of the bag because it's really not going to happen now. This was actually planned in advance because Dan and I were going to be doing something kind of special next Friday, and it's not ready yet. So I will be on, you call it the Longhouse?
The Longhouse. Yes, sir. I
will be on Dan's YouTube channel next Friday in the Longhouse. 10 o'clock? When are we starting?
Well, it would be 10 o'clock for you, yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yep. So 9 Central, 10 Eastern, next Friday, March 31st, I will be in the Longhouse with my guest today, Dan Nave. You guys know him as Beard of the North. Now, thanks for coming in. Thanks for giving me your time. I appreciate it. Literally right from the gate, because I wanted to know, is your name Throne influenced, or is this something you just came up with?
It was just something I came up with. It was basically, I'm in the northern part of the country in Minnesota, and it's, cold and nasty, and winter sucks here. And usually when it's associated with that, it's the north.
So you're pretty much in Winterfell without being in Winterfell. Is what you're telling me. Okay.
Yeah, and I know some people gave me some crap about it being part of like the Game of Thrones cliche thing, and
I think it's awesome. I was a big fan of the show. I loved it. I did not watch the spinoff thing they did, as I was in my head, leave it alone, let it go. But that's just my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I made it halfway through season 2
of Game of Thrones itself.
Yeah. Yep.
Wasn't too much of a fan?
I don't know if it was. I mean, I thought the show was good, but I lost interest. Yeah.
It was a show that was fairly slow, I will say. There are parts of that whole series that are pretty damn slow, but I liked it because I was kind of like you at first. I kept hearing about it. You just like anybody else. You gotta watch it. So I said, okay. Yeah. Started watching it, and by the end of the first season, I was, this is good. It's either like it or you don't, just like anything else in the world. I liked the show. I liked how it ended. It probably could have been better, but we'll see what the future holds if that dude actually finishes writing the damn story. We'll see.
Very true. Yeah.
Today in Beard, I know when someone's going to ask, is the Vintage Bastard from the Luxurious Bastard. It is no longer available because some of the scent, some of the essentials and fragrances in the scent, Dave can no longer get. If you missed it, you missed it. Plain and simple. What do you got today in beard?
I have Viking as fuck from Damn Yankee.
Damn yeah! Oh, you know what? That is one I have not tried yet.
It is.
Texas and Viking are the only two that I have not tried that Pete's made.
It's actually, I even told Pete this. It said, as far as like woodsy, earthy scents, it's my favorite. It is my favorite now.
Okay, all right.
It is amazing. I love it.
So when you say woodsy, you're saying in the forest woodsy, not like a piece of wood. Okay.
No, in the forest woodsy. It's
okay.
It is very nice.
Okay. My favorite, if I had to pick a woodsy, foresty type, I got to get back with you on that because it's been a while, and this kind of sucks for me saying it's because this is the truth of the matter. I'm committed to using Lux for a year, so I literally kind of don't remember a lot of the stuff, and not knocking Dave by any means.
Right.
I got to get back into. I know all his profiles and I love them. Now I got when my year is up, I'm like, now what? Literally I'm kind of getting excited about it because I don't really. How do I want to say this? I want to get back in the game.
Right.
I do, but I have something. I might as well let it out of the bag now. I'm making a series. I already got the stuff lined up. I'm doing a grindstone review, and that's actually I'm going to do a one-off for that. I'm going to do it starting in April. I'm going to use it for a month, give him a full, honest review. Now, I figured I'm going to take a month off from using Lux, use some grindstone, give him an honest review. I'm making a series when I come back to reviewing. I'm calling it Taking It Back. And basically what I'm doing is I'm reviewing companies that I haven't used in years. Or, man, I feel old saying that because I've been doing it for so damn long. Mountaineer Brand, Honest Amish, two companies that I started with. And,
they're the beginners.
Right. And I want to see how years later, how they've changed. Do they hold up, such and such? I've got them on board. And I'm looking for companies that want to do that as well. Such as, make an example. Damn Yankee, Artius Man, Copper Johns. I have not reviewed Copper Johns, and I will be doing that. Oh, Camo Cam claimed it. See, that's what happens, y'all. None of y'all weren't ready. No one paid attention. No one claimed it. So that's how it goes. You have to claim it. You have to claim first, and you got to give the first mang. Actually, the first mang is in the private chat, but y'all don't see that. So, okay. Enough about me. Being honest on camera, I don't know a lot about my guests because we never interacted 100%. When we were on the commission together, we didn't know each other that well. And no offense to him by any means. I like this guy. I do like Dan. I think he's a good dude. I've watched a good bit of your videos. I've never told you that. I will tell. He got my attention yesterday. Actually, yesterday. He put up his new intro video, which is brutally heavy as hell. The music is great and fits him perfectly. You just look at him. Take a look at him. Hold on. He's fucking intimidating. The dude you don't want. You look at him and you're not going to fuck with him. That's my first impression of him. He's probably one of those dudes. He'd beat the crap out of you and still give you the shirt off his back. That's probably what he'd do.
Wow. So, you are pretty good at hitting the nail on the head there, Scott.
Well, I kind of got that vibe because he sent me a message and I was eating dinner and he goes, "You gonna send me the link?" The link. I said, "Nope." An instant response. He goes, "Fine, I didn't want to do it anyway." It was a straight Full House Michelle and DJ and Stephanie argument right there. Fine, back and forth. Bam. I mean, boom. You like how it took y'all back to the 80s? You weren't even ready for it. See, that's what happens. That's what happens here in the hot is officially the hot seat. It has to be the hot seat because I was getting ready to say it. That's what happens in the hot seat. You have got to be ready for anything that I can throw at you. Prime example. If I'm going to do the spinneroonie right now, what are you going to bring to the table, Dan? What do you got?
The spinneroonie.
Oh, yeah, I did. I broke it out. I mean, you got to have something ready to deliver. Boom. He's speechless. He's speechless.
I can't. It's the spinneroonie. I can't.
You all know what spinneroonie is. We are no longer friends, okay? You have to know what the spinneroonie is. Look it up. That is the one thing in wrestling that The Undertaker refused to do to not break character is the spinneroonie. Even Vince McMahon did a spinneroonie, and he still wouldn't do it. That's fucking balls. So I don't know much about Dan, and I said, let's change that. I asked him a question, and I said, we'll hold off about that. The first thing I thought of when I got to know Dan, I was watching his videos and on the commission. I'm not plugging it to plug it. I'm plugging it because I'm honest. Go watch that weekly live stream on Jersey Joe's YouTube channel. It's fucking awesome. They literally don't care. And I love that. It's whatever comes up, and they don't hide anything. I don't know what the actual meaning and the story behind the actual concept of the commission is. Don't change it. I love what you guys do. It's awesome.
Yeah, there won't be any changes unless one of us, I guess, decides that we're not doing the show anymore. But I think the only way that's going to happen is if Joe decides he's done.
Well, he's not that far from me. I mean, he is a good road trip up to Jersey. But if I'm not afraid to go up there, knock on his door, and just straight chop him across the chest. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I would. Because I feel sometimes he needs that. You literally need that. Fuck is your problem? Sometimes he needs that motivation.
He gets that verbally sometimes. We do it to Chris more often than him, but we do that.
Oh, did you all hear that? Did you hear it? He said doo-doo. He said it. He said the double do.
We do that. We do that. But
I mean, you all call Chris the old man. I mean, in my killer cool, so super secret wrestling chat, he's known as Wise Man. He is the name fits him. It just does.
Wise Man.
it fits him. It's his name. We are not drinking alcohol. This is just a black cherry sparkling water, everybody. In case you're wondering.
Just Pepsi. Just Pepsi.
All I wanted was just a Pepsi. Just one Pepsi. I'm just saying. I mean, and I'm not even spitting out suicidal tendency lyrics. That was straight Fred Durst on y'all. Y'all weren't even ready for it. So the first thing I asked Dan, I asked him a question because I said he reminds me of being a military type person. And he kind of threw me off guard because I see you. I thought you, and I'm not making fun of anybody by any means. I thought he was a veteran, and I thought he was a disabled veteran. Turns out you're a farmer. I live on a farm. What does your job consist of?
Well, my family has always been farmers. My mom was way back, she was part of a farming family. My dad wasn't, but he got into it because of my mom. And we've been doing crop farming. We did some animals when I was real young. We did some pigs, a couple cattle. They even did pheasants for a little while.
Okay.
Chickens, stuff like that. But they ended up moving fully to crop farming. And then my brother, for the last 8 years or so, has been partner with my dad in the farming operation. But in 2021, my dad passed away.
Oh, okay. Sorry, man.
So it was basically my brother was, it's, do I keep going or do I not? And I told him I am in 100% with you to keep this going because he wanted to, keep Dad's legacy going. Dad did it for over 30 years. And so I got in with him, and then a childhood friend of my brother's who is also a farmer stepped in to help, and we're going to keep it going.
That's really awesome, man. That mad respect for that, for continuing your family and father's legacy like that when you all could have gone on your own, done your own thing. Is this when now you're just straight cropping on like veggies and such, right?
It's basically we do corn and soybeans.
Okay, okay. Right across the street from my house, we have where I live on the borough, like the outskirts of the town that I live in. So I'm literally, it's like farmland about everywhere you would see us.
Right.
And right across the street from where I live, they rotate every year. One's soybean, one's corn. I know how that is. We as today, it's kind of, I think it's 60 degrees. What's today? Kind of warm. You could smell them spreading the shit first thing, and I said, "Yep, it's going to be a great day." You know. I don't know how farmers. You all know what the weather's going to do, and I don't know how you figure that out. I hate you motherfuckers for it because some of that shit stinks. It does, and I wake up, and I go to work. It's dark out. I'm like, fucking shit already. 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, come on.
Smell of hog shit, man. It's the smell of money. Come on now.
To answer your question, I think they are. I'm throwing. That's it. Taking it back. So we're throwing a hat back. There are only 3 of these existence in the world. Who are the other 2 people that have them? That's the question that I'd like for you to see. Cam, you cannot answer. Text message me if you know the answer.
Howdy, Ellie. How you doing?
Oh, Ellie Orgood's in here. Howdy. Good to see you in here. Oh, Vato's still in here. I'm looking at the comments here. I don't pay attention to the comments as much as I should. I'm not a good host, people. So now you don't have to say this in detail because I've never understood this. How do you get paid? Like an hourly wage? I've never understood how farmers get paid. I never, but I don't know anything about it.
So basically what we'll use my brother and our family as an example. You go to the bank and you get what is called a note. Basically, it's pretty much like a line of credit from the bank.
Okay.
For such amount of money, you have to put collateral up, equipment or your house or land or whatever you have for equal value. And then you borrow against that to pay for your seed, fuel, input costs, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of harvest, whatever you sell your grain for at however much per bushel for whatever corn and whatever beans is going for at the time, you use that money to pay down your note. Basically, you're paying back the money.
Okay. Okay. So you're borrowing money, and you catch it up at the end, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully you don't have a really shitty year and you can't. But really, I mean, the way my brother puts it is farming isn't making money or losing money. It's just managing debt.
That's pretty much what you're doing. Honestly, I never understood that because Mandy used to work with a young girl. Her husband's a farmer, and I'm not gonna go into detail in case any of them watch. But I don't want to tell their whole story. But basically, we didn't know how they survived. We really didn't, because she used to say he's a farmer. Well, we never knew how much money he made or anything of that nature. And they have a house, they have children and such. I'm like, how the hell do you make money? Literally, I'm like, I was like, okay, if they manage, they manage.
Because when you borrow against that note, you can borrow whatever for whatever. I mean, you can try to calculate your living expenses into that too.
Okay.
You don't want to. It's not for a person that when they get money want to spend it all right away.
Yeah,
it is definitely not for that type of person.
Yeah. So you literally have to be willing to take the gamble if you're going to jump into it.
Oh yeah, farming is a big gamble. It's really all it is. And these days, to get in, I mean, to start from scratch, good luck.
Yeah, you at this day and age, you gotta have for anything, you gotta have a good bit of money to fall back on. You do. Honestly, I get it. I've been getting questions from people, not in the bearding community, just old friends and stuff, or new band people, and they ask me advice. I'm trying to tell them like, you better have a lot of money, because they were like, I want to start a band. I'm like, good luck.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
but I'm not saying it. Just saying it to anything in this world now. You want to start a business, you better have a ton of money, because I can tell you.
Be very frugal and not have high living standards.
Yeah. My wife had a dog grooming business for a long time, and she shut it down not that long ago. And she wasn't making enough money. Honestly, we were paying more in taxes than she was making money. And I said, it's unreal. But that's, and also if we wanted to get any kind of a house loan or anything of that nature, she's self-employed. They wouldn't even attempt to work.
They wouldn't even look at her. Yeah.
Nope. So I was young and dumb with my credit, and now when we got my credit back up to where it needs to be, and now we're at the point we can do that. But on the flip side, what we were just talking about, you better have a bunch of money, because you got to have at least 20% for it down to buy a house now anymore, or even more when the time comes. So just saying, anybody's got $5,000 to $10,000 saved, you might want to double to triple that before you think about doing anything big. Honestly, I'm being honest, man. It's the truth. Because make an example. Okay, Dan and I are going to start a band. Okay, Dan's going to, we're making examples, people. Dan's going to be the drummer. I'm going to be the guitar player. Okay, I'm sitting right here in front of me with a guitar that's $1,500, an $800 amplifier. That right there is almost $2,300. Dan has to go buy a whole drum kit. That's going to cost him $3,000 to $5,000. That's almost $10,000 just to start playing in a hobby.
Yep, just for a hobby. Just
saying. Yeah. Just saying. And my amp is 30 years old, and I'm gonna plug it because I don't fucking care. Yeah, it's the 5150. Everybody, you can hate me all you want. That's the fucking guitar amp in the world. But what I'm getting at is, shit ain't cheap anymore. Nothing. But who do we blame for that? Can't blame Donald Trump because he's not around anymore. Can't blame Obama because he's not around anymore. So it's either you blame the government or terrorism. It's one or the other. That's all you can do. He's not ready. He's not ready, people. He was not ready for it, so he had to bust out. I mean,
I blame the government, period, and corrupt bullshit. But
now you're in Minnesota. Now I don't know this, so I'm asking. You don't have, because you're a farmer. You don't have Amish people or Mennonite people where you live, right? Or is that Pennsylvania only? I don't know.
No, there are Mennonites around our area.
Where we live is Mennonite. Amish are further north. I live in Pennsylvania, but I'm honestly only 10 minutes into the state. I'm not that far in. So I think
the Amish are more south into Iowa.
Okay. All right. It makes sense. So you don't work with Mennonite or Amish people that much?
No, okay. I don't. Actually, when the job my wife had prior to what she has now, she worked with cattle, and they had Amish people taking care of their cattle.
Before I met Mandy and she told me they've had this farm, I think, for 20, 25 years now. But she told me that they had the Amish people here to, I think, put the tin roof on the where I'm sitting. This used to be a workshop, which is connected to a garage. So it was
Right.
actually where this is a tin roof here. I think they said that the Amish people were here when they did that. I'm not 100% sure. I know they were here. I just don't know what for. It was before I knew them.
Right.
So I think it's really cool. I give you even more mad respect because I did not know you were a farmer. I know it is a very hard job because I experience it every day next door and stuff. I see it all the time. So you literally are a hard working man, honestly.
Try to be.
Well, I would have never known. Like I said, you do not look like a farmer. You look like a badass motherfucker. You hide it very well, you know.
I worked factory for the last 15 years, so
See,
when
that's what I've done. I've been doing it now 18 of my life. So yeah,
I
that's all I
started
know.
out I started out at Hormel in Austin, in the hog slaughter plant,
Oh, okay, all right.
and then I moved to a place. Have you ever heard of McNeilus at all?
Name sounds familiar. Name sounds familiar.
They're big for like garbage trucks,
Oh yeah.
cement trucks. They were big for building those. I worked for one of their factories, and then there's a smaller factory that's in a bigger town, probably about half an hour away from me, that I worked at, where we built Harley Davidson parts,
Okay.
John Deere parts, some medical supply stuff.
Okay. So you were literally on the assembly line.
No, actually, I was doing like shipping and receiving. I was running forklifts.
Okay. I am at my job. I'm an inventory person, and I went at my old job that I worked there for 15 years. I managed and controlled my own inventory in my area. I had the busiest section. It was kind of a big deal for
Yeah,
me in my job position. Literally, I had one picker, I had one backup picker, I had one person to fill in when I was not there. Literally, no one touched any of my stuff except for those four people. The supervisors and managers never questioned it because everything was always right. You know, it was literally our system worked. And
right.
it was to the point where they'd have Amish people come in, customers that are interested. We pick up their accounts. They call us and say, here they come to make a big impression. So they're over on the catwalk above us, and literally we're all of us are communicating with each other. Well, it was usually me and my backup or picker,
Right.
and it was like a system. And they're, what are they doing? And we don't know. We don't ask questions. It works, and that was what we would tell them. We're like, it works. Don't ask.
That's all that
And
matters.
yeah, yeah. To this day, they still use my system. To this day, that's
If it
fucking cool.
works. If it
Yeah.
works.
And the guy who took my place, he's I think he's about 25 now. He was a kid, you know, when I left. He even tells me, he goes, dude, I still don't understand it, but I do what you did. I'm like, good, keep it that way.
Good. Then you won't get in trouble. You won't fuck anything up.
So I left there, and I just, like you, ran machines and stuff, paid my dues at a new place. And it took me a year to get to day shift. And now I literally am a 6 to 2:30 inventory guy. I mean, it is literally me. I am the inventory person during the day. And a guy I used to play music with years ago, I just trained, we just hired him. He's the night shift guy. So it's like they got two old rockers running their inventory at the building. It's cool shit. Oh yeah. As soon as he walked in the door, because I didn't think he remembered me, I said, "I know you." He just had this smile. It's like, "I hate you." It's like he remembered.
Yeah, I remember you too.
He's oh, yeah, this is your new training. You got to train. I said, I ain't trained him. I walked right away, and he's trying not to laugh. The supervisors look. I said, I ain't trained him. And walked right away from him.
Fuck that guy.
They didn't know that we knew each other.
Right. Yeah.
All right. I know and I know this because I watched your unboxing. I think it was of Grindstone. I know you have a wife. I don't remember her name, and I apologize to her. I know she's watching. I don't remember her name.
Becky.
What?
Becky.
Becky. Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yep.
And I noticed you had a little one walking down the stairs that day. How many kids do you have?
Just the one.
Oh, just the one? Okay.
Yep.
How old is she?
She just turned 4 on Monday.
Oh, okay. All right. So I got to ask you, how old are you? Oh, how old are you? I'm going to guess you're 31.
35.
Damn. My guessing is getting a little rusty. I was close. 35 years old, married to Becky. I'm going to take a guess. 7 years.
9.
You say she's watching. You have to know that number.
Yep, 9. Well, we're coming up on 9 in June.
June what?
14th.
Oh, dang. I was going to say, I was born on Slayer Day, June 6th. Fuck yeah. I'm proud of that, and I share that birthday with the singer of Slayer, Tom Araya. Fuck yeah. Just saying. All right.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? How you doing, sir?
Oh, Mark Brown. How the hell are you, man? I love this guy. He's such a good dude.
Yes, he is.
Such a good guy. He's so supportive to anything in the world. He was so supportive of me with my mental health issues, and he still is. I love him to death. A big supporter of Alley Cat Beard Company and the bearding community in general. He's such a good dude.
He is in every single live that you can find, basically.
Yeah, he pops in. If he's there for a few minutes, he pops in just to say, and he gives me a $5.
See, then he gives you $5.
Dude, Mark, you're too good, man. You're too kind to me. Copper Johns.
What's going on, Tyson?
Hey, Tyson. I'm calling him out on camera. Dude, I don't know how the hell you did it. I'm pretty sure you bought about 15 grand of your 100,000 subscribers. Yeah. What the fuck's up with that, man? I'm going to call you out just because that's me. It's what I do. How much money did you spend on all those subscribers? Was it 15,000? I need to know. I really need to know. I'm totally messing with you. You know I love you, man.
He wants to know how much his budget needs to be to get there.
All right. My question was, you're a farmer. No, nothing. You're such a liar. So you're not even going to say it because he got called out. He's not ready. He's not ready. Let me ask him. I got the spinneroonie, Tyson. What are you bringing to the table? What do you got? Show me something. Okay. Back to my question. You're married, one kid, and a farmer, it makes you even more awesome. How are you raising your child in this KY2 generation? Yes, I said KY2. I said it all wrong on purpose. You know where I'm going with that. How we when we grew up, we got the hell knocked out of us, and you can't even do anything of that nature with your child anymore.
Come around me. Come over here.
Now look at this.
You want to say hi?
I don't hear him.
Yeah, I'll give you the...
Well, hello, my dear.
Can you say hi, Scott?
Hi, Scott.
Hello. What is your name?
Raya.
Raya?
Yeah.
Your name is Raya?
Yeah.
Raya? Is that how you spell it? Now, how do you spell it?
How do you spell your name?
Rhea.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking of something a little bit different. Okay. I think you are a very smart little girl for already knowing how to spell your name. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mommy painted your fingernails, didn't she?
What color are your fingernails?
They pink.
Yeah.
Oh, are they pink? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I like your hair. You have beautiful blonde hair.
Yeah, we just cut 10 inches of it off, didn't we?
You cut your hair off?
Yeah.
What do you think about your dad's beard? Do you think you should cut some of it off or let it grow? What do you think?
No.
No.
We're gonna let it grow? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to grow longer, then we'll just grow it longer. That's what we'll do. You think I should cut my hair off? I think I'm about due for a haircut. What do you think?
No.
Let it go?
Should he grow it longer?
No. Yeah.
You think I should grow it to like maybe a mullet? You think maybe I should grow it to a mullet, like real long?
You know,
Kinda
a mullet, long hair back here and short up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he should do that?
You should talk to my you should talk to my wife. She loves it. She loves that long hair. She does.
I like the short hair.
Yeah.
My-
Yeah, you do.
My wife grew. She has short hair now too. She got her hair cut real short too. It's a little bit shorter than yours.
Yeah.
She had a long hair, like a little longer than yours. She cut it all off. She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and mommy have the same length of hair, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Now I think about it, I didn't even think about that. You have hair like your mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, daddy's.
Yeah, and your dad. I think you kind of look like your mom and your dad put together. I think so. It's a little bit of both.
You got daddy's blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And you got my blue eyes.
Oh, I got your blue eyes now.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
she made sure that you have hers.
Yes. All right. You want to say goodbye?
I'm 4.
Yeah.
Are
you're
you
4.
4? How
Yeah.
old do you how old do you think I am?
I don't know.
Take a guess. Take one guess.
No.
I'm older than your dad. I'll tell you that.
4.
4D.
40.
That's very close. I am 41. I'll be
41.
42 in
41.
Yeah, he's old, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm. You could tell your friends and tell your mommy, say, Scott's older than dirt. She'll understand what that means. She will.
No.
Yeah.
She'll know.
No.
Yep.
Hey,
Mommy will know.
yeah, you say he's older than dirt. You just
No.
it's not a bad word. It's not a bad word at all. So you could say it.
Yeah.
You're older than dirt, like dirt on the ground. Yeah.
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 And the snow is almost away.
Is it snowing up there right now where you are?
No, it's almost gone.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you can keep all the snow you want up there. I'm not a fan of the snow. I don't like it. And we haven't had any snow this year, and I love it.
Lucky him, huh?
Yeah. You can
Say
keep
goodbye.
all the snow.
Bye.
Bye, dear. She is adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, aren't you? Yeah.
Tell me, you can't tell me that little girl has not changed your life for the more awesome. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So how the hell are you going to raise that little girl in this new KY2 generation? Honestly,
raising her the way I was raised, and it's kind of everybody can keep to them fucking selves.
Evan Johnson says he has 3 foot of snow. Oh my Lord, where are you? Jeez, wow. Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, I know Duluth, which is about 6 hours north of me, they still have like 4 feet of snow on the ground.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I have taken the approach because, and I'm not blaming my family by any means. I was raised as a tough love kind of guy, and he's in South Dakota. Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense, Evan. I was raised, rub some dirt on it, get up, you're fine. You know, have thick skin, things like that, and I guess that's kind of rubbed off on me because that's kind of the mentality, the personality I am. I'm like, I'm not a bullshitter. I'm like
Right.
straightforward. And I guess raising girls, I'll say that, and having two of them, you can't really do that because sometimes if you talk to them and you're literally like talking, they kind of think you're yelling at them. I do that a lot. I'm kind of sort of
What's going on, Russ?
I don't want to say intimidating, but you know what I mean. I'm kind of just a little too much from time to time.
Well, I've caught myself when I get upset with her, or I yell at her. Immediately after, I'll stop myself and I'll set her down and I'll tell her, okay, this is why Daddy's mad. This is when you do this, and explain it to her, not just fly off the handle and scream at her or any of that. And I mean, like I said, I'm raising my kid the way I was raised, and it was a bit more of the tough love side.
I don't see you as being changing subjects a little bit. Yes, dear. Oh, you're pinning in the cat. Yeah. We have our cat Duke. He has a sprained ankle, but it's our wrist.
Yeah,
we got to keep him pinned up in the nights for a while because we took him to the vet today, and nothing broke, but he's got a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
But it's his wrist, his front paw. So we got to keep him inside in for a couple weeks because that's what sucks about cats. They're not gonna sit and be cool and just they're gonna jump around all day. So we got to pin him up so we know ain't nothing gonna happen to him at nighttime.
I got a bunch of barn cats. We had one that was a real tough son of a bitch. One night he came home. We were sitting out on the porch and we were just smoking, and I hear this weird dragging sound. What the hell is that? Well, his name was Small Cat because when he was a kitten, he was really little. But when he got to adult age, he was like the size of a bobcat. And he comes out from underneath the deck dragging a gopher trap that had snapped onto his paw.
Oh, I think I have that beat. I do. A few years ago, we've had multiple barn cats. They've come and gone. We lost one beginning of the year this year, so now we're down to 3. The one we brought inside a few years ago, we don't know this for sure. We only know because from what the vet told us. I was supposed to have been doing a live stream, and it's happened literally right before. Mandy and I are going into the horse barn, and Dozer, his name is Bulldozer. We call him Dozer. He's sitting up on one of the horse saddles, and he's just sitting there like shaking and shit. And we're like, "What the hell's going on?" Mandy looked at him. This damn cat crawled about 50 yards up the driveway. His leg is hanging by a ligament. Literally, it's like you can see bone. It's disgusting. And he's sitting there in shock. She went right to the emergency vet. They kept him for a day or two, and he lost his leg. But that damn cat drug his broken leg and climbed up 4 or 5 feet onto a saddle. That's crazy.
Yeah, they will do a lot, because I know just this last year we had one that I was out in my Quonset and I was getting something out of there, and I heard some rustling in one of the corners, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I go over there, and there's one of our they were like full gray, and it was one of the male cats, and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing back there?" Well, they were kind of timid. They didn't really like people all that much, so when I reached for him, he tried to get away. He had gotten hit by a car, and his pelvis area and his back were broken, so he couldn't move his back end. And I'm like, you crawled like probably 75 to 100 yards up here from the road with just your 2 front paws to get in here. Well, I I did the humane thing and dispatched him, and then got rid of him. But yeah, he had crawled about 100 yards from the road up to the Quonset
That's crazy.
with a broken back and smashed pelvis.
Ugh. It goes to show you how much animals can endure that are in the wild per se. That's fucking crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Being that you are a farmer, and I did not know this, and I'm saying this because I don't know much about Dan, saying it out in the open. You don't seem to be a sports type of person to me.
Oh, I used to be really big into the NFL football and stuff,
Me too.
and then it got real fucking political.
Yep. That's why I don't watch it.
And when it started to become more of a can't hurt the paid assets,
Yeah.
it became more of that and not, that the love of the game. I mean, the best part of football is seeing somebody get, damn near beheaded.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Because it's sad now, as you say that. It's sad now that some of the most watched moments and unforgettable ones they refuse to show. Prime example, Joe Theismann's leg being broken, which you would see that clip all the time. Now no one would even acknowledge it. I remember a couple of years ago, I don't know exactly when. You remember when the dude's leg completely turned around? Not Alex Smith. There was another one, person. There was another football player. He was a running back. His leg completely turned around in the game. Yeah. And I remember watching, I said, oh, they won't even acknowledge that stuff now. Alex Smith was unreal.
It was really bad.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that happened the same day that it happened to Theismann. I'm not sure of that, but I think that's when it happened. I used to be a big sports person too. I loved basketball when I was a kid. Loved it, played it, loved it. Always wore basketball shoes everywhere I went, and kind of lost interest. When I started playing music. That's expected. It was a hobby. Things happen. Watched hockey. Mandy loves to watch hockey. We went to a hockey game for our honeymoon. We went to Philly.
Okay.
She was a Philadelphia Flyers fan as a child. I'm a Capitals fan. Always have been a Capitals fan. My favorite player is Peter Bondra. Always will be. And we went to see the Minnesota Wild and the Flyers. And it was actually awesome. It was great to watch a hockey game live. That's really, really cool. And wasn't the biggest baseball guy. Loved football, loved college football. And I'm like you. I lost interest when the paydays became ridiculously amounts of money. And a guy I used to work with at the old shithole I was talking about earlier, he was very political, but he was an older man, but he had a point. He says, I will never watch professional football. It's such a joke. He said something to me, and it sticks to me to this day. And this has never been brought up on any sports debate on any channel you watch. What I'm about to say. And when I say, hey, you better behave, girl. I got 2 cats in here. I apologize. So they're bound up. So now they're like, oh, what are we going to get into now? If the door's open, they go run around. When they're stuck in this room, they tear into whatever they can find. So both your camera will work in the front window of your power until you get the GoPro. What's he talking about?
Oh, he was making some comments about my my YouTube content, and he was giving me some crap about how I should get a GoPro and put it in the front of one of my tractors.
Yeah,
just have it run the entire time I'm out there. And
you should.
It's like, who's gonna want to watch the back and forth?
You could straight make that into a metal vlog. Have some metal music going as you're riding on the tractor. Like turn it to the side if there's a road. See, like a random woman walking by. Or what? Make whatever it may be. just a how do I want to call it, a bearded North vlog on the farm. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to call it.
Vlogs of the North.
There you go. There, see, you just named it yourself. What I was going to say, Danny said, he said, I will never watch another professional thing ever. And he said, what do you, how many athletes in the world would really play if the world took control of the paying athletes, and they said you have to work for an hourly wage just like everybody else? How many people do you really think would honestly play the game?
Not
Zero.
a fucking one of them.
Zero. Because this now I know this is going to cause a controversy some way, shape, or form, and I'm sure someone will haunt me to this on social media or Google in the world sooner or later. You mean to tell me that a person who throws a football, whoop-de-fucking-do, swings a baseball bat, drives around a racetrack, they are worth more money than a teacher or someone who saves lives? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Pretty ass backwards, isn't it?
And I will say this to anybody. I'm like, you fucking retard. Anybody who thinks that, you are fucking retarded. And I don't care if anybody ever says anything to me. What the fuck? Just saying.
I know. I agree. Entertainment is...
or even more, a person who goes to war for you to be free. You throwing that football is worth more than someone risking their life? Get the fuck out of here.
So that you can throw that football? Yeah, entertainment is... That's just the way of our human nature, though.
Now, I will say this because people I played music. Yes, I made money to do it. However, I never expected to, and I was never greedy, and never, ever, ever I'm not playing for free. Or I was never like that. I'll do it. I'll play. I think I canceled maybe 3 or 4 shows in my career ever. I just did it for the love of that entertainment per se. That was all. I was never good enough to play sports to be on a league or team or whatever. So that, and I broke my shoulder at a young age, so that kind of ruined it all for me.
When I was younger, I played basketball, football, and baseball, and baseball was my favorite. I felt like I could did something with baseball, but I had a coach that royally fucked me, and it made me lose interest in the sport really quick. And then
that does happen too.
And then when it's like I knew I wasn't any good at basketball because I'm not coordinated enough for basketball. And football, I'm kind of a taller and especially in high school, I was a taller, lankier kid.
Okay.
I wasn't, built, or I wasn't short and fast. So baseball was my thing, and that coach royally screwed me because I didn't have a big name in the town. And
yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And then I wound up finding my passion and love in booze and weed and pussy.
That made me laugh for a second. I'm not a big video game guy anymore. I used to do that as a kid. I see you as playing video games from time to time. Am I wrong?
Oh, I love video games. I grew up playing, and I play all the time.
I don't have a new system. I only game system I own is a PS1 that a guy gave to me years ago when he retired, because that's what he moved here with. He had his clothes and a PlayStation 1 with NHL 99 in it. He gave it to me. I still have it. Not a gamer. I played Call of Duty. It got boring on the Xbox 360. That's how long ago I had a system. Only thing I have now is the arcade one-up Mortal Kombat machine, and I could destroy anybody on it, and I will call anybody out. That I still remember every move to those games.
I don't know. It's the little kid in me. That and Legos. Video games and Legos are the little kid in me.
Oh my! Are you serious?
Look at that douchebag.
Wise man, dude. Really? Are you serious, dude? And I gave you a good name, like it fit you, and then you literally just like about lost all of it right there. Oh my god! I've said this 1,000 times. I don't know where you all see the resemblance. I don't get it. Fuck that guy. Just saying. Oh no. One thing we have in common. And I know this because I found out yesterday, and I knew beforehand, Dan is a metalhead, and that's fucking awesome. I don't know where you got that tune from, but good Lord, that is brutal.
Actually, that song, I was 15 or 16, and I found the band on Bandcamp when Bandcamp first started their website.
I remember that.
I found that band on there, and I ordered their CD off of cduniverse.com.
Wow.
It was self-published. They weren't signed to anybody or anything. They mixed it, and they did everything for it. The only CD they ever made, and they broke up like 2 years later. And I lost that CD, and I was like, just the other day, I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if I could find that anywhere.
And you did.
And I was looking on my YouTube account that I have for music, and I typed in the band name and the CD name. I had to scroll for about 5 minutes before I actually found it. And then, yeah, I was like, I guess if I get copyrighted for this, I'm going to get copyrighted, but otherwise, I mean, nobody knows the band. Nobody knows the song.
Yeah. I highly doubt that you will. I don't see how you if it's something like that.
Yeah. And the band doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to take it because I think it fits perfectly for that.
So that's the type of music that you listen to on a regular basis, right?
Yep.
So you're literally into death metal, like big.
Death metal, deathcore, always have been. Ever since, I think the first like metal, because when I listen to music like with my mom and my dad in their vehicles, my dad was the Sabbath, Nazareth,
Yeah,
Molly Hatchet, and then my mom was fucking Shania Twain and Savage Garden.
Okay. All right.
And my mom got me Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe CD.
Oh, okay.
For Christmas one year. And it was all downhill from there.
Yeah. When I was young, it shows you how old I am, people. I had cassettes. Yeah, cassette tapes, which they are bringing back. That's how fucked up this world is in technology. So much we're going backwards and forward at the same time. I had cassette.
No.
Yeah, right. I had cassette tapes, and I had the 80s hair metal. Can't lie, because that's what I grew up on. Slaughter, Trickster, Firehouse. I can't remember them all. And I found Metallica and Black Album and Ride the Lightning. I bought them with my own money, mind you, as like an 8-9-year-old kid. I'm proud of this, and I don't care what anybody says. I am proud. Oh, Chris says you love Hanson. Oh, gee.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah.
Hey, they made a comeback last year. You got to give those kids credit for that. Well, they're not kids anymore. I was 7 years old. That is, my cousin. She lived with me and my family for about a year. I don't know why. Still to this day, I've never understood why she did. but she had a boyfriend that lived near me, and he was a jean jacket and jeans, mullet kind of hair or look. That's okay, but he was one of the nicest guys ever.
Mm-hmm. Of course he was.
Yeah, he gave her 3 tapes, and he says, please keep them. He was a big fan of music. He gave her an Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Justice for All, and the one that she gave me, and I loved it, South of Heaven by Slayer. I was 7 years old, and I had a tape that said South of Heaven. I was like, I don't know these guys, and all I had was the tape, so I didn't know who anybody looked like or nothing. I said, they're awesome. So I'm literally at 7 years old learning Mandatory Suicide, South of Heaven,
ripping it up with Slayer.
Oh yeah, to this day, I always say that Stained has always been my favorite band ever. No, it's gotta be Slayer. It has to be, because I'm literally the thing's almost 40 years old now, and I'm learning their shit now. I'm like, hell yeah, I can't stop playing and listening to Slayer.
I remember the days of sitting with the radio and listening and waiting with your fingers on the play and the record button, so that you could make your own mixtape.
Yep,
I remember doing that shit.
I did that. I did that. I had the cassette players with the high speed dubbing to make it record faster, but the catch to that, it made the volume lower.
Yep, made it kind of shitty.
Oh, we got Corey from Weatherbeard in here hanging out.
What's going on, Corey?
Good to see you in here, my man. That's another company that I would love to have my Taking It Back series, because Corey, his stuff was amazing years ago. I remember it. I would love to review his products later on in the year with when my Taking It Back series. That'd be really cool. I've always loved Corey's products. He's great guy.
Oh yeah, I game with him. So.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Well, everybody, always calls him Bob Ross. He's never mad. He never swears. He's such a good guy. Game with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's got to be a catch somewhere. I can see it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. At first I was like, okay, he's getting a little mad, but he's like, it's all right. It's just a game.
Hey, look at this here. Hey, Corey, watch his response. I do believe that I was one of the first when you started making beard wash, and I told you that formula was one of the best ever, and I told you don't change it, because I know you were very particular, and I'm pretty sure you changed it. That original wash you made was still one of the best washes I've ever used to this day. See what he says.
Well, I remember Bob Ross had a dark side, and if you ever get the privilege to hear Corey say the word fuck, it is awesome.
There it is. Man, that's how old. God, I'm like a veteran in reviews. Good God, y'all making me old. That's
one of the first. From what I understand, from what I've been told, you were one of the 4 horsemen. So
I am not Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, or Tully Blanchard. I don't know where that is the 4 horsemen, people, and JJ Dillon on the side. So I don't know which one you all think I am of that, but I can't fill their shoes. That is the 4 horsemen right there. Flair, Anderson, Blanchard, and JJ on the side. So who told you that? That wash was a pain in the booty to make. I melted. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I remember that because it worked. It worked very well. He made a wash that was very unique when he first started. It was a wash that literally it cleaned, but it didn't do anything else. It literally did its job. I can't explain it any other way. And I was like, dude, don't ever change it. Some people pixel me. That's funny.
Sorry, Corey. I don't mean to let the cat out of the bag, but I mean, other people need to share in the wealth.
Hey, sometimes maybe that is where he gets his release, because he's such a nice person. He is. I love Corey.
Yeah, he is.
it was like cleaning your beard with a beard butter. Yes, it was. Yeah, I remember it because I had an unscented one. I remember that. It sat in my old house, and on the bottom right corner of my bathtub. I left it there because I used that very sparingly because I knew you were going to change the formula. Ah, and he thinks I forgot these things. What's your favorite genre and your favorite band?
Favorite genre?
Yeah, like metal, hardcore, whatever.
Oh, okay. Probably black and deathcore.
Oh, jeez. Woo.
And it's between Cabal and Signs of the Swarm.
Cabal was a character from Mortal Kombat, dude.
It was.
Not a lot. See, they're not ready. They don't even know what Mortal Kombat is. These guys aren't. They're not ready. They're not ready for it. I'm just saying. My claim to fame playing music. I got to open up, or I played on a tour. It was the Thrash and Burn tour of 2009. We played with Devil Driver, Despise Icon, Immure.
Well, that sounds like a fun show.
Oh yeah, we played with Periphery. They were moshing in our mosh pit when we performed. My Children, My Bride, That Will Be Done. Oceano, For the Fallen Dreams. I can't remember the rest of them, but it was like an all-day event. And yes, I got to play with Immure, and they were terrible. They were horrible. Now,
oh, you telling me Frankie's a dick?
Oh, I think the whole world knows that. You know what? I was actually going to ask you this in the hot seat, but I'm going to ask you now. Because now that I know they were jamming high school. Oh, yeah, I played with them. I did. They played in the dark. And Muir played with no lights on in the whole club. That was the one rule they had. No lights. And I said, okay, this is stupid.
That's
but
really stupid.
There was always a debate. Which one did you like? Immure or the Acacia strain?
The
you couldn't
Acacia
like
strain.
both. Thank you. Fucking thank you.
It'll always be the Acacia strain.
I got to open up for Lamb of God and the Acacia strain at the 930 Club at DC. That was fucking brutal. That was absolutely brutal. And it was the year Resolution by Lamb of God come out. And Vincent, because you can't call him Vince because he'll fucking punch you in the face. The singer of the Acacia strain. You're not allowed to call him Vince. He would cuss you out. Like on his social medias. His handle is "Don't call me Vince." He hates it. They're playing, and it was the album after Wormwood. I forget the name of it. Death, or it has something to do with death in the album title. But they were killing it, and he goes, "I know you guys we're wasting your time. You're here all just to see Lamb of God," and the whole crowd booed, like they were there to see them.
They were there to see them.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like the Acacia strain was killing it, and he thought they were just like a filler when they were direct support. I'm like, what the hell? I just got rid of my Acacia strain hoodie that I've had since that show. I had it well over 10, 15 years. I don't know how long it was. It was the hoodie I always toured and played shows with. Now that's how everyone knew me. Was the strain hoodie. That's what I was getting at. You couldn't like Immure and the Acacia strain. And you met all the groupies and all the scene kids. You had to like one or the other. That's how all
one or the other. Bullshit. I mean, Immure has a couple good albums. I will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
But they have equal, if not more, shitty albums.
Yes. The Acacia strain, best album they ever made, Wormwood by far. That album just sounds like a punch in the face. The production on it. And the fucked up thing about that, the dude who produced that album really was the guitar player who now sings for Bad Wolves. No shit.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I'm not making fun of him for that. I'm like, dude, you were a brutal guitar player, just phenomenal, and he was great at recording music as well. And I'm like, now you're singing for a band that half the world hates. Okay, all right, good for
Is
you.
Bad Wolf the ones that did that like zombie song or whatever?
He's not the guy who did it though. That
Okay.
singer, they kicked that singer out for a lot of reasons, but mainly political reasons.
Well, I know he got kicked out of Divine Heresy.
Yeah.
For some sketchy shit.
That was a brutal band too. Divine
I
Heresy.
loved that band.
They were great. So you're a death and a black core guy. You're a big Whitechapel fan too, aren't you? Or is that where you draw the line?
Whitechapel has they're like in a mirror to me. They have a couple good albums, but they have some shitty albums.
The album I liked, actually the only song that I really liked was "This Is Exile" because that is just ridiculously brutal.
That's back when they were good. They started going downhill like when The Saw Is the Law and that album came out.
Yeah.
That was when they started to fall apart, in my opinion.
I will tell you, though, they was on an EP. They did a brutal cover of that Shrink Beyond Strength Pantera song. Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, every band I feel has their shining moments.
Yeah.
But not many of them stick through that.
Very true. Whitechapel's actually doing a tour this year. And they don't have 3 guitar players anymore. They're down to 2, which is fine. They're an anniversary. One of their CDs is having an anniversary, and they're doing that. A lot of bands are doing that now. The anniversary CD, we're playing it in its entirety. And like tomorrow night, about 40 minutes away from me, there's a brewery called Love Drafts. Not a bad place. It's a national venue now because Soulfly just played there not that long ago. A band that I really love. Oh, I got their tattoo right here on my arm. Right there. See?
I got to see them live at the Rave in Milwaukee.
Nice.
That was a fucking killer show. I loved it.
I would imagine so. Tomorrow night up at Love Drafts, Cold, a really good rock band that I love. Very emotional. I used to listen to Cold. They're playing up there. They're playing their 20th anniversary of Year of the Spider tomorrow night.
Year of the Spider was a good album.
Yes, it was. That one, and the better one I think was the one after it. A Different Kind of Pain. Did you ever listen to that one?
No, I didn't. I stopped at Year of the Spider.
Give that album a chance. Listen to it all in its entirety, and then get back with me. I'm challenging you to do this because I'm going to tell you something you don't know about it. Why I say it's the best album they ever made. That album is written about Scooter's sister who died of cancer. The whole album. Oh. It's a really, really deep album.
Was The End of the World on that song on that album?
That's the 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage. The one before.
Okay. That's what I remember that song. I remember bawling my eyes out listening to that song.
End of the World?
The End of the World.
Maybe you have a different take on that. I never ever thought of it being that type of a song for me. Huh.
Yeah, I took because I listened to the acoustic version of it too.
Oh, okay, that makes perfect sense. When Scooter's fucking bawling his eyes out to everyone, of course. That's a different story.
But yeah, I used to listen to like Cold. You said Stained. I listened to them, but that was like
the new metal era.
The new metal era. You know, I miss like old Mudvayne, and I miss Static X, and bands like that back in their prime.
You know that Static X is performing now, don't you?
Yeah, but it isn't the same without Wayne.
I cannot argue that statement because I never saw Static X. However, in their defense, the perfect person is filling that spot.
I mean, it's just knowing that it's not him that bugs me.
I love the fact that he doesn't he portrays properly. He does it so well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone knows, but I'm being respectful, not saying, but that person, no one else could have done that.
Right,
but he's doing it for a reason. He's literally, this is how it needs to be. And I agree with that concept. I do. Mudvayne just announced the tour yesterday. It starts for the summer. Mudvayne, Coal Chamber, Guar, Non-Point, and Butcher Babies.
Yep, I saw that. I saw a flyer for that.
That would be good to go to. I would like to go see that.
Coal Chamber, oh man, I think of like Dark Days and shit. I think of that album and the first album and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like when Dez moved and started doing Devil Driver, it was like complete opposite.
That was his plan. I just watched an interview with him yesterday, a 2-year-old interview, but he talked about that. He said that was my intention because he did not want to be, this is a Coal Chamber ripoff. He said, I have to do it this way. And he did.
Yep.
I got to see Coal Chamber play in 2015 when they made their return, and they were flawless that night. My old band used to cover Big Truck. That was our cover. Oh yeah. We did, and we did it the way they always did it. We named the city or the name of the venue. I'd be like, San Francisco, let's go driving. And no one knew what it was. That's how he would announce the song, Let's Go Driving. And Mark, my guitar player, he'd do the little screech. And we do it just like them. Bitch. And no one knows what it is until I yell Big Truck. And then, oh yeah. And then you hold the mic. It's like they know they know the song. So it was fun. I loved covering that song. I loved doing that one. And this was going to make you laugh. And we did this because it was so stupid, but everybody knew the words. If you were a diehard fan, we covered the first song off the first Danzig album, Twist of Cain. We did it for shits and giggles.
I was never a Danzig fan.
Me neither. But everyone knew Mother. The whole world knows that song.
True.
But Twist of Cain, it's just so groovy. It's literally the riff goes near and near and near. It's so simple to play on a guitar. But there's a known fact about that song that not a lot of people know. James Hetfield is singing background vocals.
Really?
Yes. Safe to assume you're a double bass drummer. I used a double bass pedal. I refused to use 2 bass drums because I was too lazy to carry them. I was simple. I used a 4-piece drum set and 2, 3, 4, 2 crashes, ride, China, hat. Like literally the simple setup. I had good quality products, Pearl, Meinl, Scorpion sticks, and Evans heads. God, I had to remember that stuff because I sold it all.
I will say in metal, everybody likes to associate that, like deathcore and death metal is all satanic and, kill your parents and shit. But I will tell you right now, the heaviest stuff that I've been able to find is actually Christian deathcore.
That's very true. I find myself listening to more different types of music. Christian, and I don't see how they are still considered. As I Lay Dying was a Christian band, and their singer literally tried to murder his wife.
Yeah,
But
today I was listening to the Hellbent EP by Impending Doom.
That's a good band.
Oh man, some of the heaviest stuff. I've always loved Demon Hunter.
Oh yeah.
I've loved them since the first album, and they've got like 13 or 14 now.
Really good.
They're really good.
Excuse me. That is a really good band. All right.
There you go. See, you got Corey. He knows. Corey, how come you've never said anything about being into metal?
He's got that Bob Ross ego he's got to keep. So he's hiding. See, and also, I'm calling him out. See, he has no hair. We don't have photos of him and proof that he probably had longer hair than you when he was at this age. And he won't admit it, but he probably did.
Corey was a thrasher.
I think he was, and he's not gonna, he won't show us proof of it.
He wants to leave that in his past life. He's calm now.
Happy trees, Corey. Happy trees. All right, I want to move forward to this next topic because we haven't talked about it, and I actually want to get your opinion because in your little video that you made yesterday, and you said something a little bit ago, and you brought up you said it. So just clarifying, you made a reference to that symbol of excellence that we all talk about, and everyone says in our bearding community, because that's how Dan and I met, is literally in the bearding community. The Four Horsemen consisted of some dude in Kansas who's literally a freaking cyberbully nerd, which I won't mention his name, Dan C. Bearded, and Matt from No BS Beard Reviews, and myself. And I've never said that. We as a collective have never said that. You guys were the ones who brought that up. The people watching.
Yep.
It's funny because I thought about this because I am an old fogey in the bearding game. And I can say that because I know I am. It's been 5 years since I started making content. Actually, 6 years now. And I thought about that because I've been watching a lot of bearding content in the past few months. I just don't tell anybody just because no one needs to know. Plain and simple. I consider you one of the new generation of the Four Horsemen, but there's a reason why. It's not to blow smoke up your ass because you're an honest dude. And I do respect that about you. My next topic was talking about bearding. You are not one to fall into the community drama and all that garbage that we don't need. And I like that about you. I do. If I had to say a newer generation's Four Horsemen, I would say you, my brain, Brian from Beards and Banjos, because I love Brian.
That guy's a good dude.
Jay Cruz. And that's funny. It's actually funny that I put him in there because Jay and I really haven't talked like this. We really have not at all. But I respect what he does, and he's doing a really good job. And if I had to pick up,
Yeah, I mean Cruz has a very different dynamic than what I like.
Mm-hmm.
He's very hype. He's very energetic. And that's not me. I enjoy watching his live for a little while and saying, "Hey, how's it going?" I've had conversations with Cruz quite a bit. I get along with him. I enjoy him. I hope I can get him on the Longhouse one of these days.
I would love to have him in the hot seat. I would.
But we're such different people.
Yeah.
So,
I would have to say, I'd say you, Brian, Jay Cruz, and I'd have to say a tie between two people, but there's a reason. Dan from Dan's Beard Reviews, because the dude literally just does everything on his cell phone and on Instagram. And he's fine with that. And he's been trucking along for years, and he doesn't change. And I love that about him. He's a nice guy. But right beside him, because there's always has to be an old fogey in the group, but I only say it as an old fogey because he's been around, not because he's old, Mo. Mo is a great dude. I love that guy. I've always loved Mo. I still do.
Bearded Shark? Mo?
Yeah.
He doesn't do reviews though anymore.
Right. I was saying like a new generation of
okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. I would say Mo. And I mean that because there's been times that I as a content creator, and I don't watch people's videos to critique. I don't. I watch because number one, I want to see if it's entertaining in any way, shape, or form. If I've learned anything from their videos, if they're real, literally, if there's a big difference in making content. I blast people about this all the time, and I'm being honest every time I say it. There's a big difference in me telling you how great this coaster is, and I'm going to stuff it down your throat because it's awesome. It's the best thing, and use my code because I just gave you a commercial. And telling you that this coaster is made of cork wood. It's been laser engraved. It works very well. It absorbs, and it doesn't leave any rings on my table. So that's why I would recommend you to buy this. There's a big difference in reviewing something and making a fucking commercial. I think a lot of you people out there who make videos need to learn the fucking difference. Yeah, I just said it on camera. It bothers me because I'm getting a little upset about it because there's a lot of you fucking content creators in the bearding game that make commercials. Learn the difference. There is one, a big difference.
I think you upset Chris too.
Why?
That's it. I'm out.
You are this close from losing that name. I actually gave him the name, Wise Man. You're gonna laugh a little bit. I'm sure you will when we have our wrestling conversations. He has the personality and the mentality of Paul Heyman. He just does. Am I wrong?
Oh man. Chris. Oh, I can never look at Chris the same now.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Well, the reason I gave him that because do you watch wrestling now at all?
I do not anymore. I haven't really watched wrestling since.
Okay. Well, I'll bring you up to speed real quick. The big guy now is Roman Reigns. He's like their big star. Okay. He's held the title for almost 3 years. Paul Heyman is his manager or whatever, and literally his role now on TV is he's the big ass kisser of this wrestler, and he called him. He listen. This is where you're gonna laugh. He one day he looked at him. He said, "Wise Man." His response, "Yes, my tribal chief." And I was like, "That's right there." Tell me that's not Chris right there. Nail on the head. Oh, that's man. Why he is Wise Man, and that's his name. We all have a name, all of us.
What's going on, Chris from True North?
Good to see you in here, man. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I you're one of those guys that you don't let the drama bother you in the community, and I like that. I know. I think you can shut that off like that, and we had a conversation a long time ago about that. You block shit out very well. I was always in the middle of everything all the time, and I always got the text messages late at night. Oh, this person's doing this. This person's doing that. This company owner did this. This company owner did that. And everyone always knows that Scott will just get on his phone and blast whoever the hell he wanted to. I wouldn't think twice about it. Still wouldn't. How, other than the block and ignore, how else is there to literally eliminate that shit in our community?
I mean, if people would just mind their own fucking business, that's my biggest thing. For me, like, I judge people. I guess that's the best way I could put it. Is I judge people on how their interaction is with me. Hey, what's going on, Daniel? You know, if I could hear 50 people in the community
quote that,
tell me a whole bunch of shit about you, right? You and I have never talked. So I have one of two options. I can believe everybody and never talk to you and think you're a piece of shit. Or I can have a conversation with you and see what it's like, the dynamic between you and I.
Yeah.
That's the road I normally take. Sure. I have this friend and this friend. This one hates this one.
Yep.
So, okay, you don't like him, you don't like him. We're good. Both of us. So, you know what? Your friendship with me will stay your friendship with me, and you the same. What's going on between you two? I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
That's between you guys. So I don't give a shit. I had a lot of people tell me, when I got into the stuff I did with 607, he's real shady, man. You really shouldn't do that. Well, the interaction I had with Will at the time, there's no problems.
What did you, now bring me up to speed? What did you do with him? Because remember, for a while I was not watching because of my mental health. I stayed away. What happened?
Will had approached me and two other guys about being affiliates with him, and he even said about being part owners of the company, right?
Oh, okay.
And we agreed. I thought, okay, as long as I can't invest anything. I don't have money to invest for you,
okay,
or anything like that. But being an affiliate, what you want to call it, fine. I'll sure, why not? I'll hop on. I like your product. Okay, but I had a lot of people in my ear. He fucked a lot of people. He took a bunch of people's money, all this stuff, whatever. I wasn't around when he did that. He didn't do it to me.
Okay.
Well, not too long down the road, all of a sudden he fucking disappeared, didn't say nothing to any of us, just off the grid. Okay? And then to find out from people messaging me, since, it was out there that I was an affiliate, I was a part owner, they were coming to me, or they were coming to Steven, that metal guy, saying, hey, I ordered shit like 3 months ago and I still haven't gotten my product. He took my money.
He's done that multiple times.
And so I went from, he's not a bad guy to me, to fuck this guy real quick.
Yeah. Something along those lines happened to me as well. And I made videos for him because he asked me to, and he literally took people's money and ran. And that happened to multiple people, multiple influencers and affiliates as well. So you're not the only one. So that person that we're talking about, which I respectfully have not said your name, I didn't ruin your company. You fucked yourself. Okay? So I'll clear that while you're talking about that as I look in my camera.
Right.
Because I've gotten a bad reputation from that person for doing nothing wrong to anybody who bought from him. Literally, he said I helped ruin his company or whatever, because me and two other guys that I talked to about this, we fucked your company up, dude. You might want to look in the fucking mirror, because this is 2 times that I'm now hearing that you took customers' money and ran. There's a problem there. Just saying.
But that's just how I view it, is what my interaction is with the person. No outside influence. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
Bearded Toast. I'm guessing that's a company that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they fuck some people too.
Yeah, I remember seeing them and never reviewed them. So, yeah.
So, I mean,
Go ahead.
I don't have beef with anybody in the community. I get along with everybody that I can, that I, conversate with. And like I said, I don't have beef with anybody. There are people I don't like, but I just don't associate with them. I don't bother with their content that they make, or bother with their page on Instagram or on YouTube. I don't bother myself with it, because there are some people out there that get hung up in it, and they get overly pissed about it, and getting overly pissed about it isn't going to do a damn thing.
Yeah, I've said this tons of times. It's facial hair, guys. Literally, it is facial hair. I shaved mine off a year ago. You'd have never known it now. It is not that fucking important. This hobby we're all in is not that big of a fucking deal. Just saying. It's facial hair.
Daniel.
Dan is one of the best, worst brothers I've ever had. You know what? I was going to save this for my review for Grindstone. But as we're talking about things of that nature, if I'm wrong, please someone correct me. If I'm not mistaken, long time ago, Daniel the Bearded, when he was known as Daniel the Bearded, not the company owner that we know him as now, he was a content creator just like us. And this is where I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, please someone correct me. I'm an old fogey. Fuck y'all. Shut up, Dan. If I'm not mistaken, I think a long time ago, Dan was trying to help people and making content and such and such and such. And I thought someone had told me that he was charging people to do that. I don't know for sure. Someone literally, he's doing this, he's doing that, and block him, screw that guy. I didn't know him, never talked to the dude, didn't know anything about him. And I said, it was something negative that I heard. And I literally blocked him. Never.
Daniel? As in Daniel the Bearded?
Never knew who the fuck he was. I heard it from someone else, and I didn't want anything to do with that, what I was told. And he was Daniel the Bearded Apprentice. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. And about a year or two ago, I don't know when it was, I went through everything that I blocked on social media. And it's like, who the fuck is this person? Who's this? Who are you? You know, I don't, people I didn't like, why are you blocked? I don't know them. He was one of them. I didn't even know who he was. I did it for the simple fact I fell into that trap because I heard something was happening. I didn't know. And if he did it, who cares? Who fucking cares? I apologize on camera. I didn't know. I'm telling you right now. I apologize for doing that to you. If that happened, who cares? I guess people were saying he's in it for the money. I'm assuming that was what the whole thing was about. I don't know. Look at the dude now. Literally, I was saving this for my video. This guy gave up his content, bearding, reviewing content to make a company for us to make content for and to offer products to the world. That's a big, bold motherfucking step. I respect you a lot more for doing that, Dan. I respect you before for making your videos because I thought they were fine. This is a big deal for us in the bearding game. Like literally a content creator is putting that aside to make product. And that's a big deal. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm just because, like I said, I was going to save this for my review.
Daniel has been a very good friend of mine for the past couple of years now. I probably wouldn't be doing content. I probably wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for Daniel, actually.
Really?
Yep. Because I had started my YouTube channel and there are like about 3 people that I really give credit to making me, well, not making me, but like pushing me to start what I started. One is Cody, Sea Breezy Bearded, whom you don't hear from much anymore. The other one is Chris. Fainstock. And then the third one is Daniel. Because Daniel didn't know me from Adam. I didn't know him. I knew he had made I knew he was doing his reviewing, but I didn't really watch a whole ton of it or any of that. I followed him, and it was basically one day he reposted a picture that I had posted, and it was giving me crap about looking like Opie from Sons of Anarchy. And we slowly started conversating and whatnot, and then I badgered him all the time about not letting me on his show. And he kept telling me, fuck you, you're not good enough to be on the show, kind of, the banter back and forth.
Yeah.
But he would give me tips on things with my YouTube videos and stuff. And then he started to ask me to come on DTB Overtime with him. Then I basically became a mainstay with him, like
I saw that.
pretty much a co-host with him and Everett. And then when Everett backed off and we brought on Oki, and he's sent me products he sent me a shitload of products for the cost of shipping. He's sent me lights. He's sent me all kinds of stuff when it comes to actually making content, giving me, just information, go to this YouTube, go to this guy's channel, watch this. It'll help you with your lighting. Go to this. It'll help you with your video. Watch this. And, and then with just the random friendly banter too.
I remember I remember people always talking good and bad about him. Don't really know why. Like I said, keep in mind, I didn't know anything about Dan at all. It's like funny. He's like now we're spotlighting on him. It's funny you talk about that because people when I was really into making content, like when I was like pumping videos out left and right, people used to always say, or they said I had the best lighting. At that time, you know how I learned how to do that? I'm gonna tell you the secret how I learned it. Two things. One, there's a video on YouTube that explains it to people literally in 5 minutes that makes you look stupid. It's like so easy, but the name of the video is Lighting 101. The video is made it's so easy it makes you look stupid. The second way I learned how to do it is I set everything up and I filmed in 60-second increments and I sent it to Dan C. Bearded and to Scuba from BeardTube. And literally I would tell them where my lighting is and they would respond back to me and they'd say, and it was in private video, of course.
Right.
Move it here, move it there.
They critique you, yeah.
Yeah, literally. And it was stop, press play. And that's how we got, and I never moved any of my lights. Now, honestly, I could fucking care less. It really doesn't bother me. I don't. I really I'm not putting effort in. But yeah, literally Dan C. Bearded and Scuba were move it, tilt it, stop. Then we work together that way. What I'm getting at is there are people who are willing to help. They are. They are really and I really didn't know Daniel was doing all that shit behind the scenes. That's funny because
he didn't charge me a dime to do any of that. So.
Like I said, that's just what I heard. I said, and I was like, this guy's just doing this for money. I apologize.
No, I consider him one of my best internet friends. I guess you could say.
That's great. Like I said, I don't know the guy that really at all. I've watched his videos. Keep in mind, guys, I don't tell any of you all that I watch the bearding content stuff. I don't. Because you don't need to know. It's that simple.
There is that too, Mark. There is that too, but
yeah,
that's on the down low.
I say that. I do have the box of grindstones sitting over there, and I know Dan's probably waiting. And I'm proud. I was the first customer of Grindstone Grooming, the very first order put.
I remember you saying that on the launch night.
Damn right. I haven't used the products yet. As you all know, I have committed to using Luxurious Bastard for a year, but I am literally throwing in the towel for a month because I did buy these products and I want to give Daniel an honest review. April 1st, I will start using Grindstone Grooming for a month, an entire month, not 2 days, people. That's not a fucking review. That's literally just an impression. That's what it is. I'm just saying. I should be the one to write the book on product review videos for the simple fact that I've done it for so long. It's not the fact that I know I'm going to like it or whatever. I put the time in just as much as any of you other motherfuckers have. I'm just saying. Daniel went from one of the oldest members in the community to the oldest member of the beer community.
Daniel went from one of the most hated people in the community to total redemption.
Oh, I read the wrong one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Camo is saying that about Chris.
Camo Cam is a part of the Killer Cool So Super Secret Wrestling chat as well. He does not have a name because that is his name forever. He got that name from Cedric from Beard Justice, and that is his name till the day he dies. And I even told him, I said, you can't have two different names in my phone. I said, you're Camo Cam forever.
Camo Cam forever.
That's his name. That is his name. And his name is Cameron. You know, like it fits you.
Yep.
I wanted to talk about the drama and all that stuff because it still bothers me. Because there's a person that I want to get on here. Watch this before we get into that person. You talked about that dude, Cody. You know, it's funny. I still have that clip that piece of shit said about me that I got woken up to at 3 a.m. that he said that Scuba, Dan C, and myself were pieces of trash and all this shit that he said on a live stream with the jolly old fat man, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I still have that. It's funny that someone they literally filmed it and sent it to me. I have that video to this day. And I don't care if he's your friend or not.
Right.
To me, Corey is the bottom rung of society. I don't care if you change your life around or whatever, dude. You don't know me. I don't know you. Like I said when I made my rant, keep my fucking name out of your life. Because I will never, ever respond to the bullshit apology you sent me a year or two ago. Eat shit. Just saying.
See, and this is one of those situations where it's you're this friend, he's that friend.
Yeah.
You know? And I told him the night that he did that, I said, you fucked up.
I apparently he was drunk or whatever.
He was very drunk. And I mean, I told him, I give you kudos for speaking your mind and saying what you feel, speaking your opinion. But doing it to where you barely remember you did it, for one. And you know, was there a point other than just to get people riled up?
Clickbait is all it is.
Well, in essence, that ruined his channel, that ruined his beard content creation. And he knows that. You know, I know he made some videos after that. He never did any more live streams after that. And, you know, like I said, I give you kudos for speaking your mind and saying what you feel. It's just now you got the consequences you got to pay.
Oh, yeah. People don't realize you're making content. When you push that button, you're putting yourself out for the world to see. It's that simple. It doesn't matter what you're talking about at all. The world, you will have a consequence of one way, shape, or form if it's any kind of negative. It's that simple. It doesn't matter what it is.
But I owe even finding out about the beard community to him.
That's great. That's awesome.
So,
that is. I just wish that he wouldn't have. He should have. He shouldn't have done that. And like I said, I am one in the world. I'm a stubborn Irish Scottish motherfucker, and don't budge. I don't. All right. Enough of the negativity. Actually, one more thing, because we were talking. I stopped myself. There's a person that I want to bring in the hot seat. As soon as you're getting ready to laugh, because you already know, like he's holding it back. Yes, I do want to bring someone in the negative world in the bearded game on here. Person has me blocked. Don't really know why. I don't really care. Drew. And it's not the fact that I want to sit here and banter back and forth and verbally punch each other in the face. I would literally like to put him in the hot seat. No negativity. No, I'm not going to sit here and be an asshole to him. Sometimes I just say it. I don't get it. Being honest, I'm like, why are you so hateful in general? I don't get it.
Unfortunately, him or anybody that's in the association of that shit, they'll never get on one of these.
Yeah.
Ever. They'll sit behind a fake profile on YouTube and make comments.
Yeah.
But that's as far as that shit's gonna go. They won't get on and talk with somebody. Because they automatically feel like, okay, if I come onto the show, all you're gonna do is start, verbally beating me. When really, I mean, a lot of people just want to know why.
That's my point.
I mean, obviously, yes, you're speaking your opinion, but you're doing it in such a negative, hateful way that it's literally all you're trying to do is spit venom.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just don't understand it. That's like I want to, like, dude, tell your story. Literally an open platform. Tell your story, because that's what I have you guys on here for anyway. Literally to tell me your story, because that's what you're doing, and we're getting to know each other along the way.
Nope.
Live streaming, you picked that up here. Holiday season or the new year?
I think I'm on episode 8 now, so it'd be close to 2 months now.
Okay, so right after the new year. I kind of figured that was your plan the whole time. You were probably thinking, I'm going to do this year. That's probably what you were going for. And you had a hellacious fucking launch. Literally, like you were on with Rhinestone, but that was on his channel, right?
That was on his channel, yeah. That was for his actual launch.
But still, you were, that was your spot, your time slot, as we all know what those are in the beard.
yeah.
But you were in the groove, and then you probably got a lot of attraction for being on that.
He said he wasn't going to do live streams anymore unless it was for the or for his company and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he had the 9 o'clock on Friday night slot. And when he said he was going to be done, I was like, well, this is my opportunity I've wanted to do a live stream, but I've never wanted to like step on anybody's toes.
Right.
Kind of thing. So yeah, I took over the 9 o'clock spot when he was going to do his launch. And he said when his launch was going to be, I was talking to him and he said, yeah, I'm going to do it an hour earlier so you can still do yours. And I told him, the fuck you are. I'm going to be in there with you. I mean, I don't have to be on. I'm going to be in full support of you and your launch. And he's like, you don't have to do that. And I said, well, yeah, I'm going to. So I I don't care. I'm not going to do the longhouse. I'll be there with you. And about 2 hours before he was going to go live, he sent me a message saying, can I have about an hour of your time? And if you want me on, yeah, I'll go on with you.
Yeah. And then you wound up you were on the stream by yourself for a couple times. He was having
he's having his internet issues.
Yeah, that was funny. He was like you could see it in his face. He was all panicky.
He was very nervous, and I don't blame him for it either.
Yeah. I want to have Dan in the hot seat. We've already talked about it. We just haven't set it up. I do want to put him in there soon, considering he's still a new company, literally a fresh company. I would love to get it before he gets in a routine, so to say. I want to get him when he's still got the jitters. I want to talk to him when he's still fresh. I do. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The live streaming though, the Longhouse. Where,
Yep.
what's the name? Where did this come from? It's catchy, and I don't even know why.
So, majority of everybody knows that I'm Norse pagan, right? Well, Norse pagans were Germanic Vikings, is what everybody associates them
You
with.
don't say.
Yeah, and in their village or their town or however you would like to call it, the main building in the center of town was the Longhouse. It was a very large building where the Jarl or king, he resided there, and during any political, banter after a raid, celebrations, all that was held in the Longhouse.
Okay.
Everybody came there, they feasted, shared stories. It was like social gathering for them. And that's where I got the name from.
Okay. Really, from your roots.
Yes.
I like that. See, Sepultura roots, bloody roots, people. Y'all don't even know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about the Roots. Great album, by the way.
It was. Yes, it was.
Was a concept album. That was the beginning of Soulfly. Just the world never really thought of it that way. That was the point. That's where Sepultura was going to go, in that direction. And turned out, look what happened. You've been doing the live streams for a while, and you got a fucking... It's dedication. Literally, you're Jesus. Gary Lewis, is he in here?
I have no idea.
I'm seeing something that says Howdy G. I'm assuming Gary Lewis is in here. I don't know. Gary, if he's in here, for some reason, he's blocked on my YouTube account. I did not do it. And I can't see anything he posts. I see people saying Howdy G.
Yeah, I see the G and the Howdy G. And
Gary, if you're in here, I love you, brother. I can't see what you're posting because we've never figured it out to this day. I can't see anything Gary Lewis posts for some reason. Okay. Well,
No,
Gary, I'm not ignoring you, brother. I can't see what you're posting. I tell him this happens every time. Love you to death, man. So, live stream. You got a hell of a Friday, literally Friday night at 8 for you, 9.
Well, no, it's 9 for me.
9 for you, 10 for me. Yeah.
Yep.
Literally prime time Friday night. He called me a sidewalks. Yeah, Bruce did it. And more than stop talking about that guy, please. Fuck that guy. You have a hell of a dedication. And now that I'm thinking about it, Dan did as well. Friday nights, you're in front of a camera. You got your family at home. I'm not saying you're ignoring them, but literally you're giving up family time. Oh, you buy back your sidewalks. Now I see them. But you're giving up family time. It's good. And, I've watched your interviews. This week, I forget who it is. Copper Johns?
It's Tyson this week, yep.
Well, fuck that guy. He bought all of his subscribers. I don't care. I don't care. I'm kidding completely, guys.
No, I know.
You got a hell of a guest on, literally. You got a company who, not that long ago, had a lot of negativity around them. Changed their product around. He's got a barbershop. You got a hell of a guest this week. I hope you're ready for that one. I mean that.
I love Tyson. I have his phone number. We talk quite often. I was on the Copper Lodge with him for an episode, and Chris in here, he bet a bunch of people how long it would be before I swore on his show. And I told Chris, I said, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I am not going to swear. I almost said shit at one point. Other than that, I held my tongue. But I love Tyson, man. I know that there was a dark time there, but I wasn't around for it.
Yeah, right.
I didn't see it. I didn't have his products at the time. None of that. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, I only knew what I saw in the videos, and I didn't say anything negative or thinking. Right. I'm like, okay, things happen. It happens.
Yep. And like I've said, it's my interaction with the people. And Tyson and I have been nothing but good dudes to each other. I enjoy him quite a bit.
I got to try some of his products, and I can't lie. I passed them on to someone else because I had so many things from the fall extravaganza. But I did use his Ghost Falls. That is amazing. That one I loved. Great fucking scent.
My favorite from him is Solitude, actually.
I don't think I got that one.
It was a scent of the month, like his second or third one when he started doing the scent of the month.
No, okay.
And that is my favorite scent of his.
Nice. Okay. So you've been doing the live streaming thing, and I applaud you for doing that. Like I said, on Friday nights, that's a commitment. It really is.
See, and the thing is, like, my daughter, her bedtime is between 7 and 8. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, she fully supports me in doing this stuff. So it's like tonight, I told her that the show was going to be at 6:30 for us. She's like, shit, I'm not going to get home till like 5:30. You know, what are we going to do for supper and stuff? And it's like, well, we'll figure it out. And she got home and she's like, supper time. Let's get this moving. And it was, let's eat and whatnot. And it's, my daughter was even like, what's the hurry? And Becky was like, Daddy has a show tonight that we're going to watch.
And she's watching you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
she
cool.
was watching. She really enjoys this. Last Friday, she was on the show with me.
That's what I was actually going to say. You're including your wife, and that's awesome. Because your wife is in the fucking thumbnail of the commission, whether she's there or not.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
She can she can hold her best with some of us. When it comes to shit talking,
I need to get back onto the commission. I'm like an honorary jump-in guy for the most part. I usually get the link most of the time, but I can't lie to you guys. The only reason why I don't, just because of work. That's it. I'm adjusted now, but it's taken me about a year to adjust to my little 6 to 2:30 shift. Before I was off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and half a day Sunday. You know, like I had all fucking weekend to do whatever I wanted. It's a little different for me now, but also I have a more important job. So it's me and the dude that it's me and another guy. That's it. So
yeah.
So it's a little different. But I want to come back to the commission. Because I like busting Joe's balls. That's it. That's pretty much it. I do. The other day, last week, he was talking about it, and he said something about he was going to get rowdy or whatever. And I sent him a message. I was like, do I need to be here for this? I'm like, am I in this?
Well, see, he had even said to us, you know, does anybody object to Scott joining us tonight? And we were all, no.
Well, he never sent me the link, which I'm not upset about it by any means. I was like, okay, because I would have stayed up.
Yeah, because we asked him after the show, and what happened to Scott joining us? And I actually don't remember what Joe said. You were busy with something.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened. He's un-American. That's what the fuck happened. He's just un-American. There's no other denying it. That's okay. No problem. All right. What's next? The future. Ifra hammered that Sid. Please do not talk about that fucking company. Please don't. I don't want to bring it up because it bothers me even thinking about it. Don't fucking bring that up in here because I've actually wanted to make a video about that, and I still might. Gary, you are the very first un-American. It's been documented. Yes, you were in the Killer Cool so super secret wrestling chat about that as well. So I was the first person to call you un-American on camera. So you are forever. I have thought about making an Ifra video because I honestly think that it's going to ruin the beer community. That's just my opinion. Don't care. And I can honestly say it has because people are complying because they're going to have to sooner or later anyway. And One of the companies that I mentioned earlier, being smart and not saying their name again, they have. And I fucking hate it. And I'm going to say it in my video. Yeah. Say it. What's next for the future of the Beard of the North? What do we got coming up? Or you don't want to let it out of the bag?
Actually, well, I mean, it's nothing super special or nothing. Now that I finally got my goddamn editing shit dealt with and whatnot, now I can start making my videos again instead of doing just the live streams. Because,
okay.
Well, because I use my phone for all of it. I don't have a camera or anything like that. I use my phone. Well, there was an editing app that I was using for everything that I did. I created everything on that app. I did all of it on there. Well, I got an email from that app saying, your subscription is going from $22 to $120. And I went, unsubscribe, fuck yourself.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
And so I was playing with a bunch of different stuff. I was using my computer, and I found out that my computer can't handle Microsoft Paint, let alone an editing app. So I did some more research, found some things. Now I've got one that I can use. I actually shot a video today. I'm going to do all the editing and stuff tomorrow and probably put the video out tomorrow. And it's basically being paid to review and the stigma that surrounds it.
Please send me that link when you get that, because I'll listen to that while I'm counting fucking rice tomorrow. That's great.
And I'm just giving my honest opinion on it, you know.
Say the title one more time. Say the title again.
Being paid to review and the stigma that surrounds it.
Oh. Yeah, that I almost cannot have an opinion because I cannot lie. I've gotten paid to do reviews. However, I always say, so I'm inventory clerk for my job, Gary. I count rice or pasta. It's one or the other. That's what I do for a job. I'm counting rice this week. I say in all my videos, before we go any further, you could consider this a sponsored video, or I was paid to do this video. However, the thought and opinions and review are still mine, and people still stay. He's whatever. So I get it. That's what I said. I almost can't say anything about that.
You might be surprised on what my opinion is on the whole thing.
Well, I think I'm thinking before I speak. First time in a long time. Shut up. I'll watch your video. I will watch it. What time are you releasing it?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit it, because it took me a couple of takes, and I got to kind of splice a little bit.
Because I'll probably watch it on my lunch break at 12:30. Okay.
If anything, I will just send you the direct link to it when I upload it.
Sure, you could do that too. Well, it's that time of the interview when this happens. It's time. Dan is officially in the hot seat. That's right, people. We are now changing the name to the hot seat as of next video. I think it's time to change it. I think the hot seat is better. What do you think?
I think the hot seat. I always thought it was the hot seat.
I called it the opening the door interview sessions. And then I always said, you're in the hot seat. So I think it just needs to be called the hot seat. It makes perfect sense. How many? I have no idea, Gary. I'm not counting the grains of rice, man. Give me a break here. Throw me a bone. All right. Some of these questions you all know. Some of them you may not. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. You always start out with the first one, and I already know the answer. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Why?
I guess it's just preference. I don't know.
Okay. I was asking because you're one of the few who say Pepsi. I was like, what? Okay. From Camo Cam, who added this one. And your best impersonation? I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Do you drink coffee?
No.
Okay. Wow. I didn't think you did. So that's why I asked you. Okay. What is your favorite vape flavor?
Tobacco.
No, you can't just say that. You can't say that.
I'm dead serious. That's all the flavor is. It's tobacco.
You don't have anything special in there? No strawberry, no nothing. Okay.
Nope.
All right. What's a quote that Dan Nave lives by?
A lesson lived is a lesson learned.
Okay. All right. What is your go-to favorite whiskey or bourbon or both?
I don't really dabble in drinking whiskey or bourbon. More of
Okay.
a beer guy.
Then what's your go-to beer?
It's called Michelob Golden.
Is that the low carb one?
No, that's Ultra. That's Michelob Ultra, I think is what it is.
No, you're a golden. That's the organic one, isn't it? That's what it is.
Nope.
Michelob Golden.
Yep.
Dude, I'm going to look that up after this. I'm pretty sure that's the organic one because I think that's Mandy's favorite, I think. Okay. What is this is a twist, your most hated candy?
Hated candy. Well, I hate candy in general,
Oh, okay.
but
Like
most hated.
Yeah, you eat. That's fucking nasty.
Candy corn.
Okay. All right. One favorite place you like to go with Becky is
The bedroom.
Yeah, you can't answer that one. That got to be a place to go out. That's what I meant. I knew that was going to be your answer. That's what
Oh, there is a steakhouse that's actually just south of us that I enjoy going to with her. We don't go out that much though. We're not. She's a social butterfly. She would go out every day of the week if she could. I fucking hate people, so I don't really like going anywhere.
That's why Dan and I get along. That's it. We don't like people. I've told you all. I hate you all. I tell you all the time. One thing that I don't know about Dan Nave is
Oh boy. That one thing you don't know, I'm pretty good about letting people know what I'm about.
he's a Savage Garden fan.
I used to really like to draw.
Okay. I can see that creativity in you. I can see it. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
What's your favorite type of women's underwear?
The booty shorts.
Okay.
Wait, to wear, it's the G-string.
So you're admitting that you wear women's underwear. You like how I twisted that around, people? You weren't ready for it. You were not ready for it. Damn. I'm a sucker for the thong. When I see it, I'm like, damn. Gary's
the kind on the floor. Yep, there you go.
Okay. I know that you dabble in this. 2 of these have to go. You only keep one. Snap, TikTok, or Instagram. You got to get rid of 2 of them.
Rid of 2 of them?
Yeah. You can only keep one. What are you going to keep?
Well, at given time now, I'd probably just keep my Instagram and get rid of Snap and TikTok.
I'll be damned. Okay.
If you would have asked me that question 6 months ago, I would have gotten rid of Snap and Instagram.
I figured that because you were kicking ass on TikTok.
And then TikTok became an SEO platform, and I'm shadow banned.
Who in the world has the best mullet?
Holy shit.
Past
Well, you did when you had it.
Yeah, I know. I know. I should have let it grow longer. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to cut it off. I really did. I got tired of it. I said, it's got to go. And I was so dedicated to that too. I was. Damn. I was expecting like Mark McGuire or a sports person or something. I really was. Okay. What's a bearding company you would like to collab with for anything?
A company I would like to collab with.
Because you're starting to become a bigger name in the bearding community. I think you are. And
I appreciate that.
Usually when that happens, you get the recognition, you put the time in, people like working with you make sales for them, quote unquote, and hey, would you like to make a cent? You know where I'm going with that.
Right.
Who would you like to collaborate with?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
I know. This is why it's called the hot seat, man.
That's a difficult one. I mean, I think because of his theme and just the way it resonates with me, I would love to collab with Sean from 8-Bit.
Sean from 8-Bit. That was the guy, the company that used to be called Epic Beards, if I'm not mistaken.
He was, yes.
That fucking company had great motherfucking product. Keep in mind, I wasn't 100% sure that he changed, but yes, Epic Beards was nice. I really enjoyed that stuff. I'm pretty sure it's the same, but still, Epic was great.
I love the theme. I grew up playing 8-Bit systems.
Yeah. So. It's I really do like that. I liked it. He had a Blackberry Oud send. That was good. That was really
Town. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite scary movie?
It's called The Relic.
Oh, good choice. Good choice. Mine's Showgirls. Haven't you seen the movie Scream 2? Randy gets the phone call. What's your favorite movie? Showgirls. Absolutely frightening.
Oh, that's funny.
Wasn't ready. See, here it is. Best band ever.
Fuck.
Yep. Gotta pick one forever.
So that's saying I can't listen to anything else other than this ever again.
Well, yeah. Gary says Menudo.
Oh, holy balls! That one band period.
Yep.
But any of their music.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Camo Cam says Dragon Force. What? They only had one good hit, man.
Yeah, they had one hit. One good song.
Yeah.
Oh.
As corny as that was, I actually did like that song. I was like, okay, they're good.
It wasn't a bad song, but
yeah. But also it got them big video game fame as well. So it worked out in their favor.
Yeah, it did. This is a hard one. I don't want to sit here for fucking 20 minutes trying to think of, because there's so much.
I know. We'll skip that one. We'll skip it.
We'll come back to that. Let me ponder on that.
I got to change this one because this one I really didn't. I was just writing it down. I didn't read them after I was done. Well, the number goes down. That's what I'm saying. You're stranded on an island, and I was saying 10 things to bring. Make it 5.
5 things to bring.
Literally, you know you're going to be stuck. You know, like literally, you're going on a stranded island. What are the 5 things you're taking with you?
Can I consider a knife and whetstone one thing or two things?
One. Yeah, they go together.
A knife and whetstone, rope, a tarp, a pot,
That's actually 4 things I did not expect you to say. I'm like, that's really fucking smart. A knife and a stone to kill, obviously. A tarp to keep you from getting hot or getting cooked. A pot to cook in and drink water in, which that's 2 birds, 1 stone there. That's fucking genius, man.
and probably a flintstone.
Okay. A vitamin. Okay, fair enough.
No, a flintstone, like a.
That's fucking genius, though. You literally thought that out. That right there, that's probably the best answered hot seat question right there because you thought about that. That's fucking awesome. That's why he's a Viking right there. Okay. You robbed a bank. You have the getaway vehicle, mostly from the movies or TV shows. What is your getaway vehicle?
What is my getaway vehicle?
Yeah.
A regular old box van. Like
From
we used to
Heat?
call it. Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Good one. Okay. PB&J. That's from Mandy. The PB&J. How you making it?
Peanut butter on one piece of bread, jelly on the other side. Stick them together.
What kind of peanut butter?
Crunch, like the chunky, jiffy, chunky stuff.
What flavor jam?
Either strawberry or raspberry.
Okay. All right. Okay. As long as you didn't pick grape, I'm good. Mandy always picks grape. That sandwich is absolutely amazing. It's even better if you can find a company, an ice cream company that makes Fluffernutter. Fucking amazing. Okay, now these are mine because I'm fat and I eat food. Guys, shut up. How do you eat? How well do you eat your steak?
Rare to medium rare.
And what cut?
I like ribeyes or T-bones.
Okay. Give me Dan's Ultimate Burger.
See, that's pretty simple. I would just take like a double cheeseburger with bacon, mushrooms, and sauteed onions.
Okay. And your choice of pizza toppings?
When it comes to pizza, I'll eat whatever as long as there's no pineapple.
Okay, that was the next one. Okay, you always have to have pineapple on pizza. Okay, 2 have to go. You only keep 1. Balm, butter, conditioner, in-shower conditioner. I shall say.
Only get to keep 1.
Yes.
Balm, butter, or in-shower conditioner. Probably butter.
Okay. Tell me your daily or weekly beard wash routine and what do you use?
Daily, I use a nice daily wash. Right now, I've been using Artius Man. I was using Bearded Mac, but I ran out of it.
Okay. And
go
ahead.
And then I strip once a week.
With?
Right now, it's Bearded Mac stripping wash.
That's money.
Yes, it is.
Now, keep in mind, I haven't used Chris's products for a while. I don't think he changed his formula. I hope not, because that was fucking money.
As far as I know, he hasn't.
I had a container of his daily wash when I tested it. That was something else. Okay, which comb do you prefer? What type of comb?
The number 8 from Chicago.
Fuck yes.
I have a big wooden one that I use too, though.
Okay.
I like the wood. I like wooden combs.
Okay. I'm calling him out. I'm literally putting him on the spot. Your top 3 bearding product companies.
Top 3.
Yep.
Oh,
Camo actually, I mean, he's got a point there.
strip only once a week. How much money do you get?
Good.
Enough that I only need to do it once a week.
Yes, your top 3 companies.
Top 3 companies. I would have to say Hanyaker,
Oh, all right.
and then I came across a new one that has really shot up that I really like, and that is Johnny Ray's.
I've heard of the name. I haven't used them.
I really, really like his stuff.
Okay.
And then it's kind of a difficult one. I guess if I went by what I've used the most, would probably be T3.
Okay. I'm continuing on the spot. Top 3 reviewers in the game.
Top 3 reviewers.
Yeah.
That are currently doing it, or of all that I've watched?
Do both.
The top 3 that I loved, the one that I found the beard community and found reviews with was Brandon from All Things Bearded.
Okay.
Probably Brian from Beards and Banjos. I really like watching his videos just for how, I guess, informative yet descriptive he is and professional about it.
That's why I call him my brain. That's why.
So, yeah, probably Brandon, Brian. And I really liked Daniels when he was doing it.
Okay. All right. Current or the other one. I don't know which one you were going by all the time or whatever.
Like that one was like guys that are doing it or were doing it.
Okay.
So the ones that are current, I haven't really watched many.
That's okay.
And yeah, to be honest, I haven't really watched any reviews.
That's a good
lately,
thing.
So
that's a good thing. You know why I say that? Because that gives you more time to focus on your own.
Yeah, at this point, if I were to watch a review, it would basically just be to just support whoever I'd be watching.
Okay. What are your top all-time 3 favorite scents?
ESO from T3 is probably my number 1. Aspen from Elite. And then I would say Viking as fuck from Damn Yankee.
Okay. Put him on the spot. What is your worst experience with a beard product?
Worst experience?
Mm-hmm. Literally, this is trash.
I think I still have the shit too. There was a company that he was a company for a very short time. He was called Dark End Beards.
Okay.
And he sent me a couple oils. And one of them was like beyond overpowered, smelled like fucking cleaning supplies. When I used it, I mean, my beard felt soft at the first like 5 to 10 minutes, and then it was like crunch.
Yeah.
And beard oil is mostly, we all know it's mostly for your skin. It's supposed to help with the itch and the dryness. His shit, I swear there was alcohol in it because it actually made my beard my skin feel drier.
Well, that goes to show you people that Bruce Banton doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about if he's telling y'all to use rubbing alcohol on your beard. Saying. I'm saying, I don't know if you all ever take his advice. You're stupid, but that's on you. 1 cent forever. What's it going to be?
1 cent forever?
Yep.
Probably ESO from T3.
Okay. What is the best advice you've ever given and received?
Holy shit. What? Probably received was from my dad. I had just started my job at McNeilus, and I was home for the weekend, and I was helping him with the planter. We were changing discs, and we were in his shop, and we were sitting there having a beer, and he asked me how I liked my new job. I said, I really enjoy it. It's decent money. I got benefits. I like driving the, forklift. It just, the hours kind of suck because, I was working 12, 14 hours a day. And he said, oh, well, that's good. That's good. I'll tell you what, one day you're going to want to do it for yourself and not make some other fat fuck rich.
That's true.
And yeah, when he passed and the shit hit the fan with the farming and with my brother and stuff, that rang in my ear.
Makes you think that. Makes you think of that. What's the best advice you've ever given?
I give it a lot. Who gives a fuck what they think?
Very good. What is your favorite video game of all time?
God of War.
And your favorite console?
Probably the PS2.
Oh, good choice. The PlayStation 2. Damn. Do you remember fucking Manhunt from that? Oh my God.
Yes, I do. That dement, sick, twisted game.
That
was
game,
awesome.
That game, the very beginning of that, you probably remember when they say the N word in the video game. This was my response because I said, oh my
Holy
God.
Shit.
And they're running after you. Oh my God. I loved that game. Loved that game. I thought it was one of the greatest games ever. Manhunt. Oh, that was so good.
It was a sick, twisted, demented game, but it was amazing.
And the last one's a new question. You're making a time capsule to seal this moment in time and also for your I guess cement your legacy or whatever. What all are you putting in it?
I mean, obviously a beard oil. I have a copy. You remember Game Boy? I was a big Pokemon fan when I was little.
Okay.
I still like it. I still have all my cards.
It's okay.
I don't give a fuck. And I have a copy of the original Game Boy Pokemon Blue.
Oh, you better never get rid of that.
I would probably put that in there. A Pepsi. this ring that my dad gave me. And probably this Mjolnir.
Okay. All right. Well, Dan, you have officially survived. You have survived the hot seat. Now, before we call into this interview, and awesome interview session, I will say, there's always a couple add-ons at the end. Number one, who would you like to see in the hot seat?
Like you said, I would like to see Daniel up here. And
That
then
it is going to happen. We just have to book it.
okay. And then probably I would like to see Cruz. Johnny Grooms would be a good one too. Yeah,
he was already in it. He was there.
He was already on it. Okay,
yep.
I have to go back and find that one.
Oh, they can return. Anybody can come back because Wiseman wants to come back for a round 3 already.
Of course he does.
Yeah, and I always ask everybody for their opinion, for feedback. If there's anything I should add or change to it, what should it be?
Shit, no, this was a lot of fun. I don't think you should change anything.
Okay. All right. Well, Cedric from Beard Justice, who was on the channel long when we first started this, he added that the guest could put me in the hot seat for a speed round. So that's on you, man.
Favorite type of guitar?
Body shape.
Body shape.
No. Are you saying the body shape or the company?
Oh, the company.
ESP Ltd, whichever.
Okay.
That's a tough one because I've got 2 ESPs, a Schecter, and a Washburn. I was like, damn, that's a tough one.
If you had to go another year with one sole company again, who would it be?
That's a good question. I'm going to answer it with an asterisk, but there's a reason. I'll tell you the reasoning is the second one. The first one, I would pick Honest Amish.
Okay. Old school.
Yeah. Actually, you take that back. Now, when I answer this question, I want everybody to understand, because I'm being honest, which you should be, I haven't tried these products yet. I would do Grindstone Grooming, literally a brand new company, a new maker out of the gate. You can't get any more newer than that.
Yeah.
But here's where the asterisk would come in. And I don't care what anybody says. The next company that Gary Lewis makes. Because I know Gary, I love him like a brother, and I respect him very much. I don't know the whole story of why Gary has decided to leave out like that. I know it sucks. It does. If I knew Gary Lewis, you haven't seen the last of him, he will return. But I guarantee you, whatever it is he makes will be 1 million times better than what he's already created. And I would love to be the guy to put it to the test. And I mean that. That's why I'm asterisk. Gary will return sooner or later.
Now, on a side note on that question, would you shave fully again to do it?
Yeah.
Or would you just, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Because that's what it's for. Because sure. I literally have worn Luxurious Bastard stuff all this time. Not saying it works better than anybody else's. I'm not saying that. I'm putting it to the test to see what and look how fast my beard grew. In 3 months, I had a beard.
Yeah.
Everyone thought I was using what's Gary's fucking thing, accelerator, whatever that. I didn't even know what that was. I don't know what that is. So I was like, no, I'm literally using oil. That was it. Oh, he asked me if I was to do another year commitment, who would I pick? And I said, this is an asterisk. I said I would use Grindstone Grooming as a new maker, new company, fresh out of the gate, or the next company that you would make. Because I know if and when you make another bearding company, Gary, it's going to be way better than what you're doing now. Because you literally reinvented the wheel with Alley Cat. You put a lot of fucking time and effort, research and development to make that. And it's going to suck to see you literally just walk away. But if I know you, you're not going to be gone for long. I really do believe that. You keep saying that. Mm-hmm. Keep saying that. I have your number. I got your number. I know where
one of those things.
I know where you live. Like I could show up and you would never. I could be creeping on you.
If you could not listen to rock or metal anymore, what would be your next choice of music?
Country music.
Oh God, that is the most disgusting fucking answer I have ever heard.
Not this generation, our generation. There's a difference. There's a difference.
there is a big difference. Yes, it's true.
Anything that was made before 1995. Anything before 95.
Oh, you love boy bands? I didn't know that.
I wasn't this was a joke we said at my old job. I wasn't a boy band called Ladies Night. We did all boy band covers. That's what we always tell people. We used to tell people that all the time. We do boy band covers. What's the name of your band? Ladies Night.
So you've stated that you are a big fan of Slayer.
Oh yeah.
Favorite album?
Seasons in the Abyss.
Oh, of course.
You're not
I kind of assumed.
There's more than one reason behind that though. What made you think that?
Just for me, it's like the time frame and just the way that the sound of that album was.
Oh, well, my reasoning is for the simple fact that was actually the first the first time I got to see them was actually visually see them. And It was the Best of Headbangers Ball when they were retiring the Best of Headbangers Ball.
Oh, I remember that show was awesome.
Like the clips of all the bands over the years. Well, the biggest one that they said was Slayer. They had like the longest skit. And the first riff I heard was Season the Abyss. And I see David Lombardo hitting the chops. He's like, and I was like, oh, I never saw them. I was like, oh my God. And also, my old guitar player literally ripped off that fucking riff. I mean, it was one of our best selling or best played out songs. Very few people knew it, but Susie did. I was like, yeah, that's Kerry King 101.
That's Kerry.
I said, and you swear Kerry King's not your favorite guitar player. I was like, you play a V, you literally stole his riff. He goes, that was actually his audition to join our band. I said, play a riff. Let's write a song together. We tested every guitar player. He plays that. And
of course.
I find out down the road, he goes, yeah, that's a Kerry King ripoff. I said, I fucking knew it. I knew.
Were you not a fan of God Hates Us All?
Yeah. Yeah. The album, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was balls. That took balls. That they put that, they didn't know what happened that day they released that album. But literally, they released it on September 11th. and the album is called God Hates Us All. Like double whammy.
Yeah, that was that was kind of like the first introduction I had to them.
Disciple.
Was that album. Actually, it was Bloodline.
Oh, okay, that's a good tune.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that was kind of my first introduction to them, and then I kind of went back and listened to some of their other stuff.
It's
But it's
funny.
kind of
Go ahead.
But it's kind of like with Metallica, you know, I didn't know anything about like Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Justice for All. I didn't know any of that until like the first song I heard, of course, was fucking Enter Sandman.
Really?
Yeah, you know, the album that broke them, in my opinion.
But it's still one of the greatest sounding albums ever recorded. You cannot deny that. It sounds brutal.
You know, you had Enter Sandman and Sad But True and Wherever I May Roam. It was a good album, but after that album, everything else, in my opinion, is complete dog shit.
That's funny. The first album I heard of theirs was the first song I heard was Fight Fire with Fire, Ride the Lightning. That was the first album I ever listened to of them. Then I bought the Black Album. And then you know, it trickles down from that, you get everything else.
Yep.
I know this is gonna like blow your mind. My favorite albums, I'll do top 5 in order, and Justice for All, number 1. Number 2 is Load. For the simple fact, they still made it on, but they did it that way because the music industry was changing. And they still were successful. But also, I like those groovy tunes. Bleeding Me, I like that one. Ronnie, third album, and Master of Puppets. 4th is Kill 'Em All. 5. I'm thinking about this.
Don't you dare say Saint Anger.
Actually, I like the song Frantic on there because we used to cover that one. Because
the song Frantic, I'll give you that. I will give you that.
It's groovy.
Yeah.
No. The album's okay for what it is. I'm thinking about this one. I'm looking at the books because I have them all. I have them all to learn them. Yeah. Justice, Load, Master of Puppets, Kill 'Em All. It's probably Ride the Lightning. You know.
Yeah.
It's got to be because they're the classics for the most part.
Like I said, after the Black Album, basically once fucking Hatfield got sober, it kind of just...
I really do enjoy listening to Load and Reload, but at that time, that's when I got into music big time. I was 96. I was 15. Yeah. So I was, and what was the video? Until It Sleeps. That was the video that come out, and I was like, whoa, you know, it was a different Metallica, but
yeah,
I liked it.
And I'm not hating on you for that.
Yeah. Everyone's opinion's different, especially when it comes to them, because everyone, like you said, everyone said they sold out and such. I'm really excited to see this new album that they have coming out in a couple weeks.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't say for me that they sold out. It was just, it always seems that bands take a nosedive when they get sober.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But Metallica had a fucking reputation, though. They did. They lived it for real.
Yeah, they're one of the most notorious rock metal bands to ever fucking walk the earth.
I'll tell you a band who I honestly think got better as they got sober. Papa Roach, because they wrote a really good album with Infest. That album I can play front to back on a guitar. When I was probably 10 years ago. I started playing the guitar, and I said, I'm going to learn it. I learned that whole album front to back, which was actually a good album. They put out the album Getting Away with Murder. That's the whole point. The whole basis of the album was the fact they did it sober. That was the reason why they made it that way.
And I stopped listening. I stopped listening after Infest.
Listen to the words of Getting Away with Murder with the song Scars. That whole album is about being sober for the most part. It's a good album. But also the songwriting got so much better with that.
Yeah.
I'm reading these comments. Speaking of metal, did you hear Mudvayne's doing? Yeah. That'd be a good concert to go to. Coal Chamber, yeah. They're gonna kick ass. I already know Coal Chamber's good. They're good live.
Yeah. I don't know. Mudvayne to me went to shit when Mudvayne went to shit after their second album.
Oh, Dig. Not Falling. Lost and Found? After the you talking the one with Happy on it?
You had LD50, and then the album after that, it was like The End of All Things to Come or something like that.
Yeah.
After that album, everything was shit.
I liked the album with Happy on it because they actually played songs. I thought they were okay. The next one was The Game, something like that. Had Do What You Do. I just like that song. It's catchy. It's a catchy song. And then what was the last one they made? Scream With Me. Yeah. Stand in the closet and scream with me. Yeah, that I was like, okay, come on.
Because like the album after The End of All Things to Come, like I think Determined was on that on that third album.
Yep.
I heard that song and I was just like, this is horrible.
They changed.
Very much so.
They wanted people to like their music and not just the look. Because they were fucking weird looking. They were. They were weird. And also Dig. That's what we all know.
You say Mudvayne and it's instant Dig. That's all anybody thinks.
That song is so easy to play on drums and guitar, but it's the same. I don't know all the words. I mean, it's like it's so simple to play, but it's a rager. It's fucking
awesome. It is. Yes, it is. I remember when I first saw that video on Headbangers Ball, and I was just like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, and they literally painted their. They were. No one's seen anything like that before.
Nope.
Yeah. Now, I'm not calling them a cash grab. I'm not going to say that because the whole music world has wanted them to play, and now they are. So they're getting what they wanted. I just hope they deliver what they did 10, 15, 20 years ago. Because literally, this is a headlining tour for them. Like they are the main attraction.
Especially when the lead singer, when he went and did that fucking band Hell Yeah or whatever.
I got to play with them multiple times.
That was just a big thumbs down for me.
that was a horrible rendition of Pantera. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they were trying to be. There is no denying it. And
it was very bad.
They literally tried to pick up where Pantera left off. And just they had a couple good songs I liked. I like the song Moth because it's a very emotional tune. I know you know that song. That's the Moth into Flames or whatever it goes. And there's one it had a breakdown in it. But I liked it because I like to when I ran on the treadmill. I always ran to the speed of the song. It was Cowboy Way. It was off their second album, and it was literally like, dude, it was that fast. I remember because I would play that song and run and get my treadmill at that speed and not change it.
I listened to the first album and that was it for me. Never listened to him again.
No, God. Man, you're making me feel old. I'm like, wow, I'm reminiscing of a lot of shows. Something was announced today as well, making me reminisce too. I actually wrote your list of questions a few days ago. And so I've been talking about music for the simple fact that I was informed today my original band, Disfigure, will be playing their 20-year anniversary show 3 days before my birthday in June. And I got invited to the show and all that stuff on Facebook and stuff. And today I get included in a group chat. We got a lot of work to do. And I'm reading this and why are you including me in this? So
Be interesting.
I think you know where that's going. I'm like, what do you want? What am I going to do for you now? You know? So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be performing in June. Something like, okay.
Hey, why not?
Well, I actually got to perform with them in January. I went to one of their concerts 10 minutes away from here. And it was a hole in the wall place. And I got on the mic and sang half the set with them. First time it happened in 10 years. And it was like literally like we picked up where we left off. Like nothing had changed. They were, you okay? You know, I'm like, yeah. You know, I was trying to be calm, but I was trying to tell them I need to do this. I was like, I was like, I need this from my mental health, you know, for those reasons. I said, yeah, let's go, you know, and what do you remember? So we're all by the end of the show, we're sitting on bar stools talking to each other in the crowd, like, you know, like it was a practice. I'm just sitting there singing. The funny thing is, this will make you laugh, but I kept it. There's my lyric book.
A Care Bears book.
Fucking right, man. Yeah, I have my old lyrics, and of course they're literally like stained. You know, they're old as fuck pages.
Yeah,
like wow, they're reading them. I said because they moved forward, but they didn't have my lyrics.
Yeah.
So I know the songs how I wrote them, and I fucked them up a couple times. I was like, no, you play the song how you recorded it. Don't pay attention to me. So the funny thing is, Jason's son, the drummer. He was only 13 years old when we did this. He never heard them. He knows them how he made them. He's listening to my lyrics and he's talking to his dad as we're playing. He goes, Scott is way better than the singer that we have. He's like, his words are better. You know? Okay.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. What's going on, Johnny?
It was fun to reminisce with them. It really was. And then when I saw that today, I was like, what? So.
Hey, it could be a fun little opportunity.
I have no intention of playing in a band again, honestly. I don't have the mental state to do it. I don't have the time. And honestly, I lost. This is the truth. I lost. I don't want to say this to down my wife, but being honest. I lost 2 baby mamas because of it. I did. I was like, I'm not losing my wife.
No.
Because I'm the type of musician I'm in 100%, and I'll spend whatever money I can to go, you know, like I'm going. Nothing's going to stop me. I don't want to I'm not going to do that again. That
and, you know, touring can be long and extensive and.
Oh, yeah. I'm over that. I've done it. I've already done it. I've done my time. But
I've talked to Kerry about his days and his new metal days, and yeah, he kind of says the same thing.
Oh yeah, he was on the Ozfest tours, man. He knows all about it.
Yep.
Those were I wish I would have been able to do that at that time frame. I wish I would have been in a band at that time. Not in the era that I did it in. I think I was 10 years too late for that. I probably would have succeeded.
Yeah.
Well, that's the music that I listen to and play. You know, Slayer, Machine Head, Metallica. I don't really like the stuff that's out now.
Understandable.
I'm an old head. That's how I always call myself. I'm an old head. So,
yeah, I fucking love Machine Head. So,
well, that's the reason why I have my amp, because they recorded their first album, Burn My Eyes, with a 5150.
Oh,
I have the 5150. I have the pedal, the overdrive that they use to make the amp give it more power, and I know their tuning. Well, I mean, they use a funky tuning. They tune to B, and then the rest of it is hyped up, almost Dimebag Darrell style. So it's like drop down B and then tune up sharp everything else, so that the harmonics are one finger and higher. That's the secret. But they have 3 different tunings. They have a B, they have a C, and they have a D, and you have to find all 3. Yeah,
I get it.
It's kind of challenging, but I have the book to play the first album. I know it front to back.
I mean, obviously, you know, Davidian.
Oh,
Old. Yeah. Old is probably my favorite song on that album.
Old's fun to play.
I love that song.
I like to play Old. I like to play Death Church. Davidian's that'll probably be my favorite song of theirs till the day I die, just because the ending is just brutal.
There's really only one album of theirs that I don't like, and that's Supercharger.
Yeah, and that's another one that people don't realize. That album come out on September 11th as well. But Slayers gets the credibility for the name, obviously.
Right, of course.
It's Machine Head. And also, that album had a lot of promotion money behind it from Roadrunner, but it got shut down because the video, World Crashing Down, had burning buildings in the video. And literally, that tour cycle just got shut down.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled the video, everything. Like, they had a good run of bad luck for that.
And it didn't help that they were almost like boy band of rock group in that sense.
At that time, unfortunately. Yeah. There is one song I like off that album. It's Bulldozer.
Bulldozer is good. I'll give it to that. But, I mean, there's songs on that album that I can listen to. It's just, it's not Machine Head.
Yes. White Knuckle Blackout. Good name.
Yeah.
White Knuckle Blackout. Crashing Around You. Bulldozer. I can't remember the second song off that album. Man, I'm getting old.
I have that album. I have every fucking album of them.
Oh, me too. Me too. My other band I played in with my female singer when I was the drummer, we covered The Burning Red. The song, The Burning Red.
The song? I love that song. That fucking song is awesome.
Song's about suicide.
They have a few songs about suicide.
Yeah. That one, I had a female singer. She could sing and like Amy Lee and scream like the best of them.
Yeah.
And I also had a guitar player who could sing very well. And they did it together and harmonized the whole song together. It was so beautiful.
Nice.
It was really good because when we played that, we played it a couple times. We didn't tell anybody. We never told anybody we were going to do it. We said, we learned a new one. And we went and people were clapping, because it was a really slow song,
Yeah.
Wow. Of all songs, you picked that one. I said, they knew it. That was it. It was like they knew how to play it. So we did it.
Right.
And also, that was Shelley's lyrics were all depressing. They really were sad. It happens.
That's sometimes the way it goes. That's where they get their creativity from, is in that world sometimes.
She had a lot of drug problems. That's why that band fizzled out. Sucks. No. We were offered tours. We were offered to go on tour with Evanescence. We were offered to open up for Breaking Benjamin for a 4-day bin, and we just couldn't do them.
No.
Well, at the time, we had to, it was guaranteed ticket sales, $4,000 to $5,000 a show. I said, we can't. I was like, where are we going to get that kind of money? That was out of the question. And then the other ones was drugs. She could, she was out somewhere else. Whatever.
No. It's too bad.
Yeah, it happens.
So as far as questions go, that's what I've got.
That's awesome, man. This has been a hell of a session. We're 3 hours deep.
Yeah. I looked at the time and it was 9:30. I'm like, did I fucking start this at like 6:30?
Yeah. I gotta get my ass up here in a couple hours, literally. It's okay. You're a farm guy though. You're used to that.
Yeah, well, it's a short window. So it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, Dan, I want to thank you for giving me your evening. This has been a good let me get to know this person, because we haven't had this moment. I think this is one of my best interviews I've had, because literally we didn't know each other. We really didn't, which is not a negative thing by any means.
No.
I think we've become closer friends and acquaintances and colleagues and whatever other stupid fucking names you want to say to each other in the bearding community. I consider you a friend, and it's been a fun night with you. It really has.
It is. I'm glad. I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, and I get to return the favor and come invade the Longhouse next Friday. We're still doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so that'll be 10 o'clock for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. I just want to double check with that, because I'm actually going to tell you on camera, so I'm not telling you later on or whatever. I do have to have my daughter that evening. I'm going to drop her off. So if I'm late by any means, I will be here. It's actually my next weekend's my weekend with my daughter.
Okay.
Next weekend is WrestleMania weekend. I don't think I have to explain myself any more than that. I'm not going to miss that. And I've already told her I'll come pick you up and have dinner with you Friday night and take you back home, because Daddy's going to be ignoring you and watching the TV for 2 days. So if I'm late, I will be here. So don't worry. Like,
no problem.
Yeah, I got to go to West Virginia, pick her up, and we're going to go eat as a family. But there's this local place up here where they have video games. It's an ice cream shop all in one. We're going to have a couple hours over there. Then I'm going to drive her back home and come do your interview.
Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah, but I will be here. Just don't worry.
I'm not. I'll take you at your word.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great interview with a great guy. Dan Nave, also known as Beard of the North. A beastly looking motherfucker, dude, who I didn't even know was a farmer. I honestly thought he was a disabled vet or something of that nature.
And I mean, I've no problem with that. Most people wouldn't look at me and think that I'm a farmer.
I would have never known. I really didn't, because most people, they get out of the military, they grow beards and they're like us now, they're like, oh, fucking man, all those years had to shave. Got want to mention Sunday. Oh yeah. This coming Sunday, it's going to be fun. You guys are going to get to see who is actually in the Killer Cool So Super Secret Wrestling Chat. That's right. We're doing a live stream Sunday, and we're going to give people our WrestleMania predictions and all that good stuff. We also have something that we talk about from time to time, like your what if moments, like your dream matches. And I don't want to spoil that, but such as I've kept this picture. I'm pretty sure they've probably forgotten about it, but I haven't. Kept a picture such as, if you had to make an all-time WrestleMania card based on past matches, how would it look? And you can only use each wrestler one time. such as you got to have 2 world title matches, a women's title match, a celebrity match, an out of retirement match, past versus present tag title match, a secondary title, and a miscellaneous. Basically, you got to create a card. It's going to be fun. So we're supposed to be doing that Sunday.
That'll be an interesting live stream.
Yeah. Hey, wrestling's real, motherfuckers. I don't care what you say. I will fucking hit you. I will punch you on your right cheek and your face will turn to the right. Say something. That's how real it is. Yeah. And on that note, Dan, it's been fun. I did that without even laughing at myself. You got to give me that. That's funny. It's been fun, man. I want to thank you. Seriously. I'm really glad I did this one. This was fun. I don't know who my next guest is, people. Don't ask. Don't know when it's happening. You know how the drill. It happens when it happens. It's random. Because you only live once. And I don't like living on schedules of everything. I really don't want to do that. So that's why I've cut these back. That's okay.
Thank you for having me on here, sir. I appreciate it.
He's taking over the schedule spots. He can have them. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. And the guest always closes the door. So I don't know what your sign off is for your channel.
Normally it's just everybody thanks for coming out and hanging with us, listening to us banter, bullshit, and interacting. You're all appreciated.
Everybody keep on bearding. We'll see you soon.